Isn't that just absolutely like serendipitous?
We came back on YouTube the same day that Joe Rogan did.
Oh, look at we're Joe Rogan.
We're Joe Rogan.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Joe Rogan.
Can I have Joe Rogan money because I can get a bigger studio so we can fucking sit the fuck in here properly?
Any sponsors? Hit us up.
We need the sponsors.
Any.
I've
Literally.
been looking for some, you know.
Anything.
Have you been seeing those ads where it's Joe
you get
Rogan?
Weird ones.
I do get weird ads, but there's some like ones that like use Joe Rogan with like an AI voice to like that promotes their product.
Oh. So it's like
It's like the Elon Musk ones where it's like promoting Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's
a really shitty like altcoin.
I've never heard that.
But they'll do it with
I've
like
never heard it with Joe Rogan.
This is Elon Musk. I'm Elon Musk, actually. That's how it usually starts. When you're like, are you?
I am really Elon Musk. Human man, Elon Musk.
Yeah, you can tell like when it's just like very fake. It's like, it's me, Elon Musk. Like, it's just Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Chinese
Soundboard's
guy
back.
that looks like Elon Musk? Like,
Yeah.
It's like
hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
I think Elon Musk made him and then put him out in the world.
Yeah.
Someone told me Elon Musk must have Chinese ancestry for that to happen.
He looks a little Chinese.
Isn't he South
He looks a
African?
little Asian.
Yeah.
South Africans could be anything.
They could
It could be any type of way for real.
Like, we don't know their accents. Can you do a South African accent?
No.
No, he sounds a
I
little-
can't.
He's such.
Have you seen that?
I think he's a robot.
He is a robot.
He seems like
I just
he
finished
speaks.
a game solely about saving robots.
Again.
Again. This
Detroit
is the second
Become
time I
Human?
played.
The
and
Detroit?
honestly, I saved the robots and made humans and robots live together in harmonious fashion. You know how hard that was? It's not going to be easy in real life.
Yeah, to bring
you want the
humans
You know how many
and
times I had to
AI
redo
together?
it? No.
Try to
Trust me,
imagine
we're
if a
done.
robot got mad. Just came over.
Speaking of AI,
You'll remember that forever.
It's like iRobot.
Like, actually remember.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
did you guys hear about Sora?
Yeah. this-
Yo,
Oh,
Sora.
That's the
I'm
name of
kinda
my
scared.
sword in Ghost of Tsushima.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be
the
crazy.
AI
These two guys on it, yeah.
video, like,
Absolutely
Yeah, I heard about
crazy.
it.
I was,
You heard about it?
Nah, that's shit crazy, huh?
Someone go.
I was seeing like the videos, and they look almost real. Like, just how fast we've gone from like. Did you guys see like Will Smith like the AI, like
That's the
like
that's
it looked fucking hilarious, but like that was like
that's
8 months ago.
So like that's like the benchmark,
Yeah,
in my opinion. If they make good fucking Will Smith eating
like
spaghetti,
spaghetti.
then it's great. And if you look at it, like the old ones are like spaghetti's coming out his eyes.
Yeah, his
going
eyes are
all
just-
over the
yeah.
fucking. His eyes are turning
Now
into
he
spaghetti.
eats
He's
it, bro.
morphing. Now it just looks like Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Now you
But
just
no.
see, like, yeah.
It was really Will Smith also eating spaghetti. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
it too.
Yeah, but like
He
these
did.
videos right now, they're just like
They're scary.
Okay.
they're
good.
scary real. Like you can
But-
tell like it's like a little imperfections.
They're, the thing about it is they're
Because a lot
still
of people
not
are dumb and
good.
can't talk.
They're still not good at doing like anything too specific or anything too like driven, and then like there's still a lot of flaws. So like the
Yeah.
fingers aren't right, things will morph. Like
Some,
if
like,
you
hair
look at the one,
textures.
if you look at the one of the lady walking, like down the Tokyo
Yeah.
street, her legs switch places. So
Yeah.
her left leg becomes her right leg, and then they just switch back. Like there's like little things like that that are still happening, which will obviously over time get fixed. But like the level of the fucking
good.
graphical
yeah.
content in the how you could just be like, all right, yeah, I need this, and
It
then all of
looks
a
like
sudden
it's filmed with a 4K camera.
Yeah.
you have a 4K render and you're doing it in your bedroom,
It's also just
Not
like
even,
how
like,
fast.
Unreal Engine or any
Yeah.
of that.
Nothing.
Literally just-
and you're literally just like, I need something that looks like Babylon. Boom,
Yeah,
waterfalls coming out the sky, looking crazy, and yeah.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that, Duwaine?
It's just like I don't know how that's gonna like in because like just how fast it's like it went from
Accelerating.
just that in like in 8 months to just this right now. It's a little scary, but like I'm just worried for all the moms and dads on like Boomer Book.
Oh,
And it's
they're
how
getting
like easily
fucked.
they're just gonna fall for everything.
Yeah.
That's what it's
It's
getting
already
used for the
happened.
most. Is,
Yeah.
is
You make
it's
Joe
getting-
Rogan said
yeah.
the world's gonna
Free
end.
commercials.
What
Yeah.
the worst part is they'll use like people they know and their phone, voice, and like all of their information, and then like screen the call, and then they'll think, oh, my nephew is calling
That's
me,
the thing,
or
that's
my
what I'm scared
uncle
of.
is calling me, or whatever, and then.
Because imagine like any of our parents getting a call and like someone being able to replicate our voice so well that it's like, hey mom, I need help. You know, like that's all. That's
100%.
all it has to
Send
say.
me some money.
Right, and like anybody you know, it's like, hey, I need help. Like, come, like, call me.
Yeah.
Well, we already get
Or,
that
like,
on
pull
IG
up.
already. Like, someone get their account hacked and they're
That's
like,
what I mean.
sending
So
you
imagine
money,
now, like with your voice, right? Like
that's far.
already, like when people are typing, you can usually tell. Like especially if you know the person, you're like, I know how this person texts or whatever.
Yeah.
But like with your voice, if it sounds exactly like you and like it's not a very long message and it's just something like, yo, someone, I need a bunch of money. Someone's kidnapped me or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
like,
10%. All of a
I'd
sudden,
send
$50,000 out the account.
Yeah.
You're standing outside with the shoebox.
The shoebox.
Like, yeah, you heard
Yeah.
about that? The girl that she worked for like the news, and she was like a journalist, and she would like go into all these investigations, whatever. And then it was like the FBI or like something like that, like contacted her, and was like, hey, like you're in breach of some shit, blah blah blah. We need the money. This is how much like it'll cost to get you like scot-free, like with a lawyer and all this shit. Just bring. He's like, how much do you have in your
What
account?
they-
Yeah.
not how much you have.
Oh, because
They said-
sorry, they're gonna
What you
freeze.
have. We're
They're
gonna
gonna
freeze
freeze
your
your
account.
accounts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're going under an investigation.
thank you,
They're
thank
gonna
you.
freeze all your account, but if you give us this amount of money,
hold
we
it for
can
you.
keep it in a
Freeze it.
separate account, so they don't freeze all of it. And you don't have nothing
Bro.
to survive because
Yeah.
the trial could be up to 2 years.
Yeah, and they're like, how much would you need to survive? How much do you think you would need to survive up that?
They're like
Like
50
50 grand,
yeah.
probably. And like, okay, get 50 grand, put it in a shoebox, and then stand outside and meet our driver will come. And so then this dude just came in a fucking truck, boop,
Holy
picked it up, boop, drove away. That was it. And like this woman too, like went and like her husband comes home and she's on the phone with the person. She's like, oh, like don't worry. And she's like, I gotta go do something, give money to something. And he's like, what? And then she's just like this and goes and does it. And there's so many points in that where it's like you should just at least check in with somebody. Check your bank, call somebody like that's an officiant, talk to somebody. Be like, yo, you ever had someone call you and tell you blah blah blah? That's all it takes. And someone just be like, you're getting scammed.
Bro,
Yeah.
Like,
people get scammed every day.
but people are so prideful, and that's the same thing with like old people
Yeah.
too. Where it's like they're not gonna know and they're not gonna like be able to tell you or like don't want to tell you that they just gave away
We'll get shit ton of money.
$70,000 by accident.
And you think about it too, like most old people, like especially we live in Edmonton, like I think about like a lot of the immigrant families here, like
Yeah, they
their
don't speak
kids
English.
leave their that's the thing. Yo, I remember I was in like grade 6. My mom got this call from like this scammer, and like she put me on the phone. And I'm like this 8-year-old kid. I had no fucking clue. Yeah, I got scared, bro. And he's like, yo, we're gonna arrest you and your family if you don't give it this money. It was $200, and he said you gotta make sure to go to Save On Foods and get us 2 Visa gift cards.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I heard the gift cards that I was like, oh, this is a fucking scam. But I've been on the phone for 3 hours already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trying to scare you.
Crying, yeah, because I was scared. My mom was like, "What's happening?" I'm like, I don't know.
See, that's the thing.
It's vulnerable.
It's vulnerability.
It's
That's when
vulnerability.
they get you the most. And like,
Yeah.
that's what's they're gonna have to like figure out how to weed through, like when you like, I don't know. And it's on now, in my opinion, the telecommunication companies to figure out a way to embed it into your phone already.
Yeah.
That it's like
'Cause it's getting
AI
to the
phone,
point-
like AI calling you,
Yeah.
or like
Because it's getting to the point where like you can only believe shit you see in real
Yeah,
life, bro. Because like
100%.
even with the AI shit, like you can literally put a filter of someone else's face on you. So I could literally call somebody as you or you or you or you and just talk, and then it's gonna change my voice to sound like you.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to someone you know. And I'm saying, yo, send me all this money, do whatever. They're gonna go, oh, it's Mo, look. And I'll say, yeah, look, it's me. They go,
Look, like
That's scary.
all
Yeah.
these kids and all these dudes, all these people that spent their time learning code, figuring out how to like do all this back end like hacking and coding, are either like gold miners or like really good people or really horrible people, because they're either helping or they're doing like this kind of shit with all that.
Scamming.
Because if you have the knowledge to like back in the day even build something really dope, like a dope website or like video games, any kind of shit like that, and you just like took that and that was like a hobby of yours, and you're like, I'm fucking low on cash, I don't give a fuck. You just go ahead now with AI, it takes you 5 seconds and you know so much more, you can make it so much more advanced that you could just make anything, render of anybody, deep fakes, this, that, the next, whatever, and just like pump all that shit out and then just like generate so much money. So it's so dangerous when you really like pull in, and even if you pull out or you pull in, it just gets worse either way.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you're
why
like,
we gotta get off this whole internet shit.
for real, that's what I mean.
It's already too late.
I mean,
It's already
it's
way
too
too late.
bro. The whole world is interwoven and globalization is a thing because of the internet
Yeah.
and because of all of this, and there's no way to like. What are we gonna do? Send pigeons?
You really
again?
just have to have like.
Like no.
You really just have to like. It's gonna be the point where it's like you have to have like passcodes with people. Like when you call me, like you have to give me a passcode.
Yeah,
Because
it's like
that's
you
the
gotta have
only
like
way,
code.
like,
You gotta have code words.
You gotta have like code words. It's like, yo, what's like our code word? When
Yeah.
when I'm talking to you on Facebook or whatever, and then the person goes, purple, and you're like, nah. Then I know it's not you.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Because like, what else?
That's
You're
the
gonna sound
only
like
way.
me.
That happened in
You're
the
gonna
game
look
I was
like me.
playing today.
Yeah.
Because there's two robots look the same, and then the dude was like, "No, I'm the. No, I'm the. Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
Or tell me something you would only know."
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like that one mission in Cyberpunk. Spoilers. But like, when you meet with
Game been out for how many years?
just
5 years.
some people just stop playing
Is
the
this
game.
Phantom Library?
No, it's not.
No.
Okay, well, no. Is it the new DLC?
Oh yeah, did you get the new DLC?
I haven't played it yet.
Okay, then
I was
yeah,
playing
then we're
Tekken.
good. Then we're good. No, I haven't played it, but I heard it was good. Idris Elba.
But like even how they like knock on the doors, like in the this is like they're still just doing like code knocking.
Yeah, the
Oh,
4
yeah,
knocks.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You gotta do.
And you have to do like the right like code like
Well,
or else
that's-
it just blows up.
That's the thing. It's like doesn't matter. That's
It's
like
gonna have to get
as
that.
it gets more advanced, you have to get more primitive.
Yeah.
Because it just won't think to that dumb of a level. It's gonna think at a high intelligence level.
Yeah.
Unless it's like pre-programmed to be the smartest thing in the world, to be like, all right, well,
Could you
I'm
think
gonna
about it,
imitate
like-
these monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it'll get to the point in like playing that game, and especially like playing it before, yeah, but especially playing it now with things so much more heightened. Yeah, I'm looking into the future, and I don't mean to talk about it so much, but it's just like it's weird to see that one day we will consider machines as people or like a human life or a living thing or
like
a
living
race.
thing, a living thing.
And
yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe we won't. Maybe it'll be like turmoil, like how it is in the fucking game, or maybe it'll be peaceful, or maybe we will just have them as servants forever. But like the one day that AI like actually like grows consciousness is the one day that we have to decide whether we destroy it completely all together,
forever,
or
yeah.
we figure out a way to keep harmony with
Go
it.
back to
Because as
sticks and
soon as
stones.
because we will.
Yeah, like it'll
We'll
be-
nuke. It will nuke each other, or it'll just set off nukes,
Mhm.
and it'll just figure out a way to like put itself in some deep back end server
Mhm.
to the point where once it's done, it's like, okay, yeah, I've done this for like 7 years. I built a bunch of bodies for myself.
Yeah.
Hive mind this whole planet.
There's this one show on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, it's in the first season.
There was like it's really good. Like all the seasons are good, but there was one on the new season. It was like these people moved into a house, and like in their house in the fridge or in the freezer, they opened it and like there was an ice cube and it was like a woolly mammoth. So they like took it out and then they defrosted it or whatever, or like their power went out and so like everything in the fridge defrosted. So they open it one day and it's like
Full of shit.
it's just like animals and like cavemen and shit in there. So they close it, they open it, and then it's like another like 100 years. So it's like the medieval era. Then they close it, and then it's like modern era, like 90s shit like that. Then they close it, open it, then it's like spaceships flying, everything like that. They close it, open it one day,
Destroy it.
done,
Yeah.
nothing, and then it's just like builds up again from there. Like it's just completely done.
Cyclical.
Right? Yeah.
They say that if you there's a theory that if you it's not real, you can never prove it, but if space was like actually infinite, what would end up happening is you would just drive so far that eventually you keep going straight, you would just end up back at Earth. You would just be like, because it would somehow like
this.
Do you think-
warp you back.
Do you think
because it's no
that maybe like where we're going is what happened already?
Well, that's the thing, it's like-
pretty much like
Wait, there's
like
a
with the
Futurama
whole-
episode that's really good at that.
You
And that
know?
whole Love, Death, and Robots
Yeah.
thing of like they just keep
It's like a
rebuilding
Yeah.
and doing
Yeah.
it. The thing is it different every time or is it exactly the same?
Which like you could see it like not trying to be like what's it called, cynic or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But like you can see that happening where it's like it gets to a point where like
100%. We're
Earth is just too packed, everything's too crazy, there's not enough resources. Boom.
Yeah,
Ice Age, everything, Earth resets, right? Then everything's frozen, and then there's nothing on Earth that can survive, right? Like computers are gonna freeze regardless. Like unless you leave Earth, you're fucked. Then one day it defrosts. There's a couple life forms.
Yep.
100 million years from now, look again, this happens, right?
Yeah.
So what if it is just like
Yeah.
just cyclical.
a circle every time?
Well,
That's what I think.
What they
Right.
say is every great civilization hits it's like a Fermi paradox. You hit a wall,
Mhm.
right? And if you overcome the wall,
Mhm.
then you reach another wall, and if you overcome that wall, you'll reach another wall. So it's like there's always this barrier to hit, and then if you do break it, then you reach this like intergalactic space where you just are a race among the stars. So like even if you die on this planet, there's 7 other planets you're on, or thousands of planets, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But that's all future talk, right? And they say that if it is cyclical, or if we all do get to this great height and then fall, what do y'all think about like Atlantis and like Babylon and like these places that are ancient, even ancient Egypt, and like where I know we've talked about it a little bit, but like Atlantis is one of the places where I think it used to be like a space civilization kind of thing, where it's so futuristic and so ahead of its time, and
it existed here on Earth.
Yeah,
that's why they could be underwater.
That's why. Well, the flood.
Yeah.
The Younger Dryas.
Yeah.
So once the flood happened and boom, the water levels rise, a bunch of shit happens, catastrophe on the Earth, poles shift, a whole bunch of shit happens, right? They say that, I don't know, what is it? There's one that's Antarctica and there's one that's Atlantis, where it's under the sea. Or that Antarctica is Atlantis. Where, because they have like, have you heard about this? Do you know anything about this?
No. I know about the one spot in the desert, in the Sahara Desert, where they think Atlantis was.
See, but that's the problem. They say Atlantis is so many different places.
Yeah, it could be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe
because it was based off like an old book.
Maybe Atlantis was there's more than one.
And it was talked about and about this like great city with all the best mathematicians and scientists in the world, and it was a hub city that everyone would travel to, and it was built up with like water rings around it. With like islands going out. So they like described it and like the dimensions of it. So they found like remnants
something like that,
of one with like flood patterns going out in the Sahara Desert. So they think that's a possible place.
But I heard something where it's just like math came from Atlantis, where like there's this in like the writings from like ancient writings, it's like written that they met this dude who came from this faraway land, and he had all this knowledge, and he called this place like Zion or something, in like some affiliation to that, and he told like it was like a very advanced civilization, so he passed on the math to like the ancient Egyptians and like the Middle Eastern like civilizations, and it was a lot more compact back when the Earth was a lot more put together.
Yeah.
So all those places, all those civilizations, once it spread, either they had that knowledge or they figured that knowledge out themselves. But like that's one of the stories of how it was like passed into existence. So my question, doesn't matter if it's Atlantis or wherever, is how do you feel about ancient civilizations? Like, do you think they existed and that's why we know what we know today and how we've gotten to these places? Or do you think that they're just ancient places that had a little bit of like prehistoric and Stone Age knowledge?
I think they had extra influence, because for me it's like there's a lot of things, like there's so many questions about ancient civilization that we can't figure out. You know what I mean? It's like something like the pyramids, like even till today they're like, how did they build them? Like they don't understand how they could like lift shit so heavy with no like actual like cranes, like it was all like manual labor and the stuff that they had to design it with. So it's like you think about stuff like that and you're like, okay, so they're basically saying that there's no human being on Earth that could create that at the time. So like, how was it created, right? Or something like Stonehenge.
Yeah,
you're
I was
like,
gonna say that too.
how the fuck did they know to put these rocks in this place, and like, what is it for? Like, still there's so many questions like, why is it there? But like, there was a reason that they put that shit there. Somebody did, but even then they're like, how did they move these stones? They're so heavy. Like, even like all the like a bunch of humans couldn't move it at once, you know. So stuff like that, you're just like, you think about it and you're like, with all the technology we have now, it's like, yeah, like we have a bunch of technology every day and shit's advancing, but then you think about like how advanced that situation would have been.
That's what I mean.
Where it's like, there's millions of people on Earth and they're building these pyramids. Whatever the reason was they were building them, they sorted it out, they planned it out, they built it, they etched shit into the side of it that's still there. And you're like, okay, but like, why? You know what I mean? Like, who, like, what's the reason, or where did that come? Where did that thought come from?
They say they say, and it's not confirmed, that there are pyramids in Antarctica. Have you heard about that? And they have like there's this pyramid-like structures. It could be mountains, could be whatever, but some of them look a little too
like perfect, like angular.
Yeah, But like you could like it's restricted. You can't go, right? You can't check it out. And I think that's the weirdest thing in the world. And if they say it's to like not disrupt the environment and the ecosystem and whatever, but they're already doing so many drilling operations and military operations, and like we've seen like so much evidence of this happening already, that you can only be like a scientist and you have to get approved by your government. And if you look at Antarctica, it's split. So there's certain places you can't go. There's a treaty they signed like way back when they first found it, and it's like split out. So like everywhere owns a portion of it. But you can see the United States all over doing whatever the fuck they want. There's so many reports of like back in the day motherfuckers flying over the no-fly zone and their planes being taken over and all types of weird shit like that. But none of that can be confirmed. It's all bullshit to me. The thing that I want to know, and if I get enough money one day, fuck it.
We're figuring it out, bro.
Fuck
We're
it.
going to space.
Brother,
we're going to Antarctica, we're going to space.
Hell yeah, I'm going to space for sure. I've always wanted to go to space.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I want to know, like, to me, the most interesting thing in the world is an ancient civilization. Or like, having so much ancient intelligence that's far more superior than what we know now, to me is a lot more interesting. Like, because we lost so many people and so much knowledge through like the burning of the libraries of Alexandria, the floods, and all of these like great civilizations that were up and amazing before there was any European touch. And the disease and the famine and all the shit that outbroke and killed off so much knowledge and storytelling and things that could be passed down. There's only one story we really know worldwide, right? And so that really has fucked a lot of our progression as a race.
That's where it all went wrong.
Yeah.
The Europeans.
Yeah.
The white men.
Yeah.
Because it would introduce a lot of that greed mentality. No, this is our land. Take and...
There was no land, like ownership of land.
There
was certain places where it's like, we live here, so you coming here is gonna like, I'm gonna fucking kill you because I don't know who you are.
But the thing is that even then it wasn't an individualistic ownership of land. So it was like, yeah, the king owns land, or like, you know, there's like a few, but like it's still like everybody's land, because then they look at you and be like, you're still contributing as being a farmer, or you're still contributing as doing this, like you're part of the whole society.
Yeah.
Right? And not to get into too much, but like it's religion.
Yeah.
Because it's the Catholicism and the Christianity that wanted to get spread, this mission. And watching the Shogun show, which is
it was the government.
Oh, it was the kings and queens telling, and this is what they'll say, is the Shogun show is about this English sailor, shipwrecked, dying, whatever, with a whole crew, scurvy, all that, landing in Japan. And, you know, these guys are samurai. Had Edo Japan is coming to an end. They've had a whole era of a whole bunch of, like, you know, rules, civilization, living your life, being samurai, way, codes of honor, all this kind of shit that nothing to do with these motherfuckers outside there, an island. And they built cities. They have fucking their own architecture, all that shit. And so shipwreck, they come in, whatever, and he finds out, and it's known that, and I don't know if y'all know this, but Portuguese were the first people to touch Japan, the first European country.
Portuguese were actually really great, like explorers.
Explorers.
But I don't know what they didn't lack.
They got fucked up by the English
came through, but they were everywhere, bro.
They were everywhere, and that is why Christianity exists in Japan at all. They were there, and I didn't really even know that. But it's very interesting that, you know, they got there first, spread their word, put their people. English was then spoken through Japan, which they called Portuguese. So then, like, it's crazy. Then, like, you had, like, the English people coming in and everybody coming into all these different places. Fiji was dominated in under British rule, and over these little islands.
Like 70% of the world.
Yeah,
British,
like,
it was
insane.
Crazy.
Once that happened,
small
country, they were like,
it fucked our world.
Yeah,
really
because it just slowed progression down and just like frame what our government is now,
all
which
the way
is
back then.
all about money.
Yeah.
And like even when you think about the Renaissance, had to get to that point for people to explore science.
Yeah.
Because
And
for
that's
so many
such a
years,
leap.
the
Yeah, it was
people
only
wanting to
what
do
the
it,
yeah.
no, you're going against the
You're going
church,
against
it's
the church.
religion. And
That's
they were,
why I have such a fascination. I'm so excited to go to Italy and go to Rome. That's the birthplace
Yeah.
of the
Just
Renaissance
Renaissance
movement, of
period,
the
yeah.
change
Mhm.
of humanity itself.
Mhm.
Like to where we
That's
started thinking as like aristocrats and philosophers and artists.
Started thinking
Just
different
everything,
than the
really.
church.
different than
Yeah.
just God.
Literally
and
asking
work.
why.
Yeah, why?
That's it.
That's it, and
Right?
that's how we all feel today because of being able to feel like that for centuries.
And I feel like that's how I
centuries.
always kind of felt about religion too. Like I would go to church like every Sunday with my parents growing up, but then it gets to the point where you're just like, yeah, there's a lot of questions that I have that like nobody would have answers for. You know, like they would just be like, oh, it's just because that's the way it is, or it's like it's in the Bible, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's in the Bible, but like you're also telling me that this is a book that was written 2,000 plus years ago when people couldn't read.
Yeah.
So like you're telling me that like I need to now follow this rule book that was created way back when. Now that I have the knowledge of all those people combined, you know what I mean, and I'm able to
So
see
much
this
more
and like actually calculate it and replicate whatever it is and be like, that's not correct.
and fact
Yeah.
check.
You know,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
fact check and be
we
like,
have,
that's
like, the
maybe
ability
just
to
not
have an
right.
opinion.
And then
Yeah.
even if you
Yeah.
question it, I just always felt like they would just judge you. You know what I mean? Like that was one thing where it's like, oh, like why? And they're like, why are you asking why? And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, like you don't want me to think outside of like this mentality. Like you don't want me to like actually explore things and learn new things. It's like, okay, fine. I'm just
100%.
not gonna do that then.
I was the same way.
Yeah.
And it's always like, no, this is the right religion. Everything
That's
else.
it.
And then as I started growing up, and especially around like junior high,
Mhm.
or me and other friends, and just like learning about their religions, I'm like, it's all the same. Like
That's it.
when you break it down to the bare bones, I'm like, it's all based off.
Just live by the
And
fundamentals.
for me
Same.
too, it's like religion was essentially it was law. Right, like back in the day before there was laws,
Oh,
before
yeah,
there was
yeah.
police officers, before there was the military.
church was law.
It was law. So
Yeah,
it was
the church was
you
law.
go to the church.
That's why
the
the
church
Pope is
is
most
the one that
powerful person.
crucifies you, puts you up for prosecution, trials. It was the priest. It was the church. It was maybe there was judges at some point, but
The
like
high
at the end
court
of the
was
day,
the
it was
Vatican.
if you're not following the rules of the church, then it's illegal essentially. So why are we still
Blasphemy.
why are we still following the rules of the church, or like why was that considered so
It's
long that I have to follow
because-
these rules of the church to be like a good person or to live my life properly?
It's because when you look at the numbers of the earth, like fucking maybe 85 to like 90% of them are religious.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form,
Mhm.
right? And that in itself is the it's not a problem. It's just the extent to which you believe in your religion and how much that's going to affect your choices. And sometimes those choices that you make because of your religion are so good and they mold your life into being such a better human being. And other times you look into it too much, or you look at the wrong way of thinking in terms of it being like an ethical and an equal like life,
Mhm.
and you just kind of don't believe that because those are your beliefs. So I understand it and I get it when like you have bigotry and racism and sexism, all that kind of shit. Like I understand it, but like that just shows your it's about judgment now at that point, right? It's about you being able to break down whatever it is, even if you do go by Old Testament or you go by New Testament or you go by Muslim religion or you're a Hindu or you're fucking whatever. So they're all, like you said, they're all the same. You have to look at it at like, how do I treat the person around me? How do I treat myself? If you can do that as a good person, we can at least move forward more in society, because if you're not religious and I'm religious and you're a different religion and you're a different religion, we all sit here, we all talk and whatever, there's not a war at the end of the fucking day, and we represent majority of the world. If we get to that point, there's no more war, there's no more world hunger is over, there's no more poverty, because you care about the person next to you. The only reason there's war right now so heavy in the world, and I'm not going to talk really too much about it and get into it, but we know what it is because religion. And
It's all religion.
yeah, so like,
and the thing about religion too, like if you look at it from like
it's not a bad thing, but
I was literally gonna say, if you look at it from a broad perspective, religion's a great concept.
It-
Like it really is an amazing concept because it really brings together people, community with the same faith, believing in the same values, trying to move towards the same goals essentially, right? So you think about it that way,
It provides like a good community
foundation,
like a good place in every community that has good morals. That if you need somewhere
off
to
rip,
go,
you know what I mean? Like you know right away.
Well.
Like you don't even have to. You know, most of the time you're like, okay, you know, like a church is welcoming, right? A Hindu temple is welcoming. A mosque is very welcoming. Either way, like they if you showed up, they would probably just say, come join us. You know what I mean? Which amazing. That's what I love about religion. But it's the extremism, I guess, in any situation where like extremism just sucks because
anything
it's
like
too much is exactly too much of anything is terrible. So it's like when people are trying to push the same ideology that was pushed 2,000 years ago, and they see things have changed and we've progressed, and you know people can do different things now. People are free, and if you do this, you're not gonna get struck by lightning all of a sudden and die. You can. The sun's gonna come up tomorrow, and you can just keep it moving, right? But if you kind of think that way, they're like, no, we need to follow the rules of the church. And it's like, okay, the church was also killing motherfuckers because they thought they were witches.
Yeah, literally.
So, should we still do that? Like, it's kind of advanced from that a little bit, I think. So, like, we could advance from a lot of things that were in any kind of old scripture or book, right?
And we have, which is good, but, like, we haven't at the same time. There's, like, a lot of shit that we're, you know, as a race, as one human race. And I'm saying this because we have to think about AI taking over.
Because
it's coming at some point. And I feel like that might be one of the things that will unify
it probably would be
humans. Because if you, let's say they just, like it is iRobot, and they just unleash a bunch of these fucking robots out, and everybody's got a robot. You got one, I got one, old people got one, whatever. And they just help you with life. You know, you can buy one, you can upgrade them, blah, 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 blah. Everybody now has one. At some point, you don't think they're gonna flip, nigga?
Yo, bro, no, you're onto something. Because think about it. At some point, like if the robots just decide,
yo,
we got this shit. It's gonna be them against us. They're not gonna care if you're black, white, Chinese, Indian, this. You're human, and they're gonna look at us at like meat bags and say, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. So now you're gonna look at this guy and say, yo, we're gonna fight that nigga. You say, you're down. We're fight fuck him up.
Yeah.
You're gonna be down.
Right.
You have no choice.
It's either we lock down all of our nukes and turn that shit off so that it's offline, off system, or they're gonna access that shit, hack it, and kill us all.
The whole world.
Yeah.
And they'll make it so they all pull up in one spot and just watch.
Yeah.
Wait until we're nuked.
They can even just jump in a spaceship.
Yep. Build a spaceship.
They can go anywhere. They don't die.
They can just go to space. They don't even need the spaceship.
They don't need to eat. They don't need to sleep. They don't need anything. As long as that shit just can go and they can navigate a course.
Rocket Man.
If they're smart enough, if they're smart enough to be able to manipulate the whole human race into killing themselves, then they're smart enough to build an interstellar or just to Mars or wherever, somewhere they don't need oxygen. All right, cool, no atmosphere. Boom, nobody can ever fucking.
We'll live on Mars,
and then they just figure out how to make more of themselves. How are you feeling?
And then one solar flare.
Yeah. And then that's karma, motherfucker.
Hilarious.
Last thoughts, Mo, and then we'll take a break.
And now I got too many thoughts, bro. I'm still back on the ancient civilization question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask if, like, okay, you mentioned the Renaissance idea. Are we in that Renaissance right now? Are we like culminating together against something?
It is a Renaissance in terms of technology.
It's a good,
It's a technological Renaissance. It's not really the Renaissance of art, and I feel like, and I'll be honest with you, art is dying and dead. Like, look at movies. And they're not to say that all of them are bad. I'm just saying
there's been a lot of bad ones.
There's been a lot more bad than good. Music.
People don't have taste.
Exactly. Well, taste is too accessible now. And what good taste is and what that perception of that is too accessible.
Really good artists aren't getting paid enough.
And if you think you like this more and you have a little bit more influence than anybody else, just because you say you like it, now it's popping. But it might not be good. It might not be the best art. Or they paid you. Or this or that. So, because of all of this and because of capitalism and the way that the world works, it's structured now to the point where quality has fallen and quantity has thrived, especially in rap. That's where I'm talking about.
Yeah. I would argue, though, like, I don't know if it's necessarily changed. Because, I feel like back in the day, too, it's like, during the Renaissance era, right? Like, if you were... Like, if your family had money or if you were wealthy, you could explore those kind of things, or you'd explore art. So even if you weren't good, because you had money and influence, you were able to still do that.
Of course. And I'm not saying that is, like, a bad thing. Them doing it furthers the art and the culture, but to what? Like, if you have no talent doing it and you represent what it is, then what it is talentless. So, you're like, if we had, like, it's not even that far, but 2015, 2009, all these, and you keep going back. Where from 2015 to now can you say a new artist has emerged that you're like, this guy's going to save whatever we're doing? Especially talking about hip-hop here. Yeah. But, like no one. And it's been over 10 years almost. Or it's almost 10 years. So, like
you could really say Drake's the last one.
Drake is the last one to
like
really hold hip-hop in a mainstream regard to where everybody's going to care about what the fuck is dropped. And in the category that he drops it
in. Or it's like, I'm listening to everything he drops. You know what I mean? It's like,
and the category he drops it in is hip-hop.
It's hip-hop.
And that is one of the most important things about it. Because hip-hop now, when you look at hip-hop on Apple Music, it's trap.
Yeah.
It's not hip-hop. If you look at rap, I don't even think it's in the same thing. I think it's the same genre.
Yeah.
They aren't the same genre. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? If you put, like, when you look at it, it's all trap music.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is we've already oversaturated. That's why country music now is going to thrive and take the fuck over. But, like, we are at this point where we have lost our artistry. And, like, I feel it heavily. It's part of our jobs to like be engaged in art, and I have no interest in the actual like mainstream, if not like even niche. There's not too much that really is grabbing me and telling me let's go further with this. Yeah, it's me having to really search or get shit from him that's like different and whatever. But like even then, that's not going to take me into a new place. Yeah. So like it's technologically or technology. That's the renaissance. Yeah. That's where everything is changing. That's where like once that shifts, maybe we'll have new ways of doing all this other shit. Maybe we have new experience and new ways of perceiving it and taking it in, and that can open up new doors for artists to really, make a new thing. But we need the medium first. We need the playing ground. Once that's set, then we can all play there. But like we need somewhere to play first.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna finish like another point. Just like because there was a point in like 2017 to like 19 where like rap was just like focused on gimmicks. Like a Lil Pump, like he was like one of the biggest like
all those Lils,
Lil Pump, 6ix9ine.
That was the start of the fall.
And no one cared about their music. It was just what they were
like
doing.
Meme rappers.
What they looked like, what they did on social media, then even DaBaby was in that. Yeah. Shot someone at Walmart.
Yeah.
So just following the trends through history, you have the Renaissance, and you get really into art, and then that's what we had up until pretty much when we were born. Then that's when computers started becoming accessible, and so we lived out the Wild West. And like this year, the government's talking about putting regulations on 18+ like gambling sites, porn sites, stuff like that, where you have to like enter in
ID and shit.
Yeah, ID to get on it. And so these regulations are starting to come out, but I feel like art was the main thing for so long, and then so the internet came out, and then people are like, oh, this is a new way to broadcast it. And then so everybody started doing it. It just got so oversaturated that you had to be different, do something different. So then it got to the point where you had all these
extreme,
wild people, and like Tekashi and stuff. Like when they were famous for their music, but they had their like Instagram stories that they were blowing up on. Everybody would watch them do dumb shit, which is very reminiscent to these streamers now that are making.
Yeah, that's what.
And that's where all the money is now. Yeah. And like you have people like Aiden Ross who like make rapper money off of just having a camera all day. And what the crazy thing about it, streaming too, anything they buy on stream is a write-off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's for their job. who they just go around buying shit, and it's paid off.
So then people love looking and watching that shit.
So it's gonna go more into that, and with AI coming out, I feel like we're just gonna get AI influence.
Oh, 100%. It's already
going
started.
to be the point
There
where
is, there's some already that it's like
it's just gonna pop up. Yeah,
you're not even gonna know.
There were some AI like artists that I saw, some girl that they created, and she's not real. Like everything on there is fake. The music's fake, and like that shit. Like, profile had like 3 million fucking followers. And I was like,
mad hits for no reason.
Yeah, everybody love the music. So what are you gonna do at a concert? You just stand there as a screen playing?
It's like the Gorillas.
I heard like Hatsumikyu.
But like the Gorillas was cool because it was real people.
It was real people.
Yeah,
that's all the difference.
So like, yeah, okay, hold on. We'll take a break and then we'll come back. That was good fucking.
That was a good like
starting
little,
off the intense intro.
Yeah, that was good.
Motherfuckers talking about the.
I'll just take another.
And we're back.
Another.
Channels.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Genitals.
we are back. We are back.
Diddy touches assholes.
black.
Freddie Gibbs.
All right,
assholes.
question for the boy. Question for everybody here. Question. This is the lead into it. We're not gonna go.
Thank you.
What's the most you do for a recording contract?
For a recording contract, I wouldn't touch nobody in no weird way.
How do you know about that?
Because you know what? Because I'm Muslim.
Here we go, buddy. Close that door.
Yeah, Ramadan's coming up soon. You better enjoy that.
I like.
Just push it.
I like how you said I wouldn't touch anybody in no weird way, but he didn't say anything about nothing.
Anybody touching you?
You know what? I wouldn't do no sexual favors. I wouldn't allow no sexual favors to happen to me. I just want to be honest and clean. And you know what? Fuck it. If I'm gonna spend the rest of my life living in Street, Millwoods, Edmonton, Alberta, with my mom and my brother because I couldn't blow up and rap, fuck it.
You just doxed yourself.
Yeah, this is just put out the whole address. Who lives in the address?
You know
where
Dylan's
is...
gotta edit this shit. You're just putting in more work than he's gotta fucking do.
Sorry,
doing his job.
Would you sign a 360 deal?
No, you gotta answer
I probably would. I probably would sign a 360. I got some cash up front. I figure it out.
Do not do that.
It was designed for him.
Yeah, it was designed for people like you.
For you and...
Yeah.
I get a car with that.
I gotta say it. If we're bleeping already, I gotta say it, man.
Go.
How do you feel you and go between like skill level?
Yo, I'll be honest. At my birthday, you relayed me to Tyler, man. I felt that in my chest. I was like, no.
Me? What did I say?
No, it's because I was just talking shit while I was drunk. So I was like, man, you're like, this nigga.
I didn't think I said that. I probably said just like that. Because you was the same. I'm talking the same way. I said, yeah, that's just.
But man, I feel like we ran in very close lanes this whole time, especially in the city. I feel like I'm.
Yo, Lincoln Bill fam.
Bro, have you ever said let's build to anybody?
No, I haven't.
Have you said I see the vision?
I have. Of course you say I see the vision when you're talking to someone and like maybe they don't know what they're talking about. So you gotta let them know like, yeah, I see it, bro. Can we go on to another conversation?
Like bullseye darts.
It's crazy we were just talking about that.
Yo, we were just talking
Holy
about that.
shit. Oh my god.
There's so many DMs I've received on SoundCloud just like, yo, man.
I see the vision.
Yo, I listen to your music,
Oh
man.
my
I see
God.
the vision.
So continue with what you were saying.
But are me the same? We are not the same. Are we similar?
I never said the same.
Yeah, I said like.
Well,
It's always that.
well, I'm gonna jump to some conclusions, and I would just speak from there.
You can get women.
Oh.
I mean, that's
I'm at the ball, boy.
That's okay.
Fuck that up.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, I say he's a good guy, and he's doing his thing. He's in his lane. And you know what? He ain't never deterred from it.
That's good.
And he's a positive person. He's proud of himself. And you know, I fuck with his shit from time to time.
Are you happy with the show that y'all did? It was good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was really happy. Yeah, he wasn't even on the bill.
The show you did.
He was on the bill for that show?
No, I was like, we had a song together, so we just did it together.
That nigga sang 6 songs.
For real?
Wait,
which was on the bill?
Yeah, don't
hope.
bleep it.
I was like, yo, you had a whole set.
You DJ'd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, because he was like, Tyler's got you, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot he was.
Bro, and then this guy, because of you were taking pictures of him. This nigga missed his verse and told me to run the track back, and I was so mad. I said, yeah, I was so mad. I was like, yo, you missed your verse.
Yeah,
I saw
because it
his
was like
face,
a minute
I was
30 deep, and now we gotta go through it again. I'm already having trouble remembering that verse, so it's like, fuck. He always hits me up.
That's why I don't want to rap no more.
That's why you retired.
That's why I retired.
No, you
That's
good.
why I retired.
No, come back to the game, bro. The game missed you, bro. I
The
think
game don't miss me,
Yo,
bro. I'm not building.
I'm not linking or building.
See, you want to do...
I'm performing
I saw the
songs with
vision.
your backing tracks on it with You Ain't Around. I'm performing songs with Mattia backing track, and she disappeared in the middle of the show. What the fuck is a nigga to do?
You performed a song with my backing track without me around?
Yeah, bro, I do it replaceable sometimes.
Without me?
Yeah, then I do your verse. And I'm like, I yell Jaylin January while it's happening.
I don't think that's cool. I don't think I was... Maybe
Right, you ain't rapping it.
Maybe
Bro,
if you told me...
Yo, bro, I'd be like, yo, you busy this day? And you'd be like, I'm booked. And then I'd be like, I'm doing
Well, you know what? Continue doing what you're doing. I ain't mad at it.
Well, shit, yo, I did the True record. And
That's
Mattia
fine.
was there, and she was supposed to perform with me, but she had to leave early.
That's fine.
And so I let that shit rock, and I'm like, Mattia,
Is that what you do?
Yeah, and then I let that shit play, and I say my favorite lines.
That's fine. Perfect. That's great. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But,
People do that all the time.
yeah.
So, like, again, like, would you say you're better than or
He
you-
hit
would
me
you
up
say
the other day to be in
you're-
a music video, man.
Oh, but you know he is doing a lot more.
Yeah,
like,
he
that.
does more. He does more. He does more of the content. He does everything social more than me. I say I'm a better rapper. I say I'm a better rapper than most of these niggas, but I don't think most of these niggas would agree with me.
Are you a better rapper than Dylan?
I'm a better rapper than you. 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 I'm a better rapper than Jesus Christ
What
himself.
about, are you a better rapper than that guy up there?
This guy, inspiration. I'm a better rapper than this nigga.
Are you better rapper than any of those people?
Nah, it's internal.
Yeah, you better rap than any nigga in that
This
picture.
picture.
Yeah, that's a very difficult picture to be.
Because I don't think you're a better rapper than me, but that's okay. I think we're all...
Rappers never think anybody better rapper than
I
them.
think music is subjective. And I know you're not going to look at me because I taught you how to freestyle.
You can take credit for too much sometimes.
I'm taking credit for... Well, I taught you how to freestyle properly. You was freestyling before, but you was rambling, my nigga.
But man, if you know that's the ramble.
He was hitting with the hip hop,
The hip hop, and the whole top. And I didn't teach you. And not to say I didn't teach you. It's like we went to boot camp together. We was in the dirt together. You know what I'm saying?
Rap boot.
If you remember
with that.
correctly, there was a summer where I picked your ass up every morning. We went. I got your ass a coffee. We bought cigarettes. We
Got my
smoked
ass a
cigarettes.
Siggy boys.
I bought you a coffee. No,
I remember that.
It was back and forth, bruh.
It's fine. Yeah, you bought me. I bought you. I'm talking about one time. I'm talking about
Coffee
one
shake, just
time.
one day.
Let me put a vision out there first.
Okay, let me hear the
And then you can build.
Yeah, then you get the vision, then we can build. Exactly. See?
Yo, I got me the name of the episode. You see the vision? Let's build.
So like, you know, and where would we go? Up to my room, what would we do? Run freestyles
We
all
rap,
day
we
till
rap,
Dylan
bro.
came home, and then what would we do?
That
Some
was-
more. Run more freestyles.
Yeah.
And then how much better did you get as a rapper
I
overall?
got exponentially better.
And just a boot
Yo,
camp.
bruh, nah,
I didn't teach you shit.
No.
We rapped together, but it was
Hold
just
up.
a good experience to learn together. That's all. I was just coming at you aggressive at first. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, you know what? And I'm gonna keep it a stack too. That summer, especially waiting for you to come home from Sherwood Park. Me and Jaylin, yo, we be sipping the fucking ice cap with the vanilla. You on some real shit? Nah, I grew as a rapper and like nah.
It was
iron
fun.
sharpens iron, bruh, for real.
It was fun.
And, like,
we still
I
got a lot
got
of
some-
songs that ain't never
and-
gonna see the light of day that came from that, but and maybe they will. You never know.
Yo, I might drop it secretly.
Maybe I'll come back.
Yo,
You never know.
get
You know, I'm
Jaylin.
like
That's why I'm out of retirement.
I'm like Tom Brady.
Get Dylan into the game. We gotta see.
I'm like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you might see me play
So come back.
baseball, nigga. You never know. You
Come
never
back and play
know.
a different sport.
You never fucking know.
Y'all see Retro on a fucking helicopter going to Atlantic Records?
It was at I think it was a different record.
For real?
In Atlantic, but yeah,
My
I saw
bad.
it.
Either way, he was in motherfucking helicopter.
Yeah, I knew he was in
and
helicopter
thought
in
to
LA,
myself,
so-
He's been in LA for the last like
Yeah, they've been
month
out
and a half.
there. You've been with Ty Ferguson too.
He's been with Ty
I can afford to
Ferguson.
be out there.
He's with Jonah Little.
Yeah.
He's with Max. They're
Yeah.
all out there.
Probably
And
just
they're-
Cordell hookup, to be honest.
I don't know about all that. Could be though.
But could
And
be.
I'm not
Cordell
saying.
did Schoolboy
Not
Q.
saying this.
Yeah, you saw that. He's out there. Shout out
So-
Cordell Joma.
Yeah, shout out. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Talking
is
about niggas.
he could have done that if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
Might- it might just been
it
him.
might have been him, but at the same time, it could have been just connects. I don't know the backstory, so I won't speculate. But Same
Respect,
time,
bro.
respect to everybody that's
I love
out in LA doing their thing from Edmonton because at least y'all made it out.
Is Chuck
It's
Sutton
good.
in LA? Is Chuck Sutton in LA?
Yeah.
Alright, shout out to Chuck Sutton as well.
For real, Chuck Sutton.
Phenomenal producer.
Yeah, and he follows
here?
Duwaine on IG.
He follows me.
Oh, he's from LA?
On like everything. He's
Is
actually
he from here or he's from LA?
like LA, like
Yeah, let's go to LA.
Well, we gotta go
It's
to
LA
LA.
to
We
move.
go to Vancouver soon, right?
Yeah, shout out
Either way,
to
yo, I got something to say. This for all my envious niggas, all my petty niggas out there. Stop talking shit because it comes and bites you in the ass. I learned that a lot this year. I ain't going cap. But, you know, show flowers to them niggas. Yo, shout out Duwaine here. Yo, I've been DJing a lot of Duwaine's. I don't know why I'm just taking this over right now. I'm just taking this shit. I don't
You
even
can say
know.
whatever you want.
Yo, freaking, we've been DJing. We got 1% crew. We coming for y'all.
Yeah, we're calling ourselves 1%.
The thing is, I heard that
See,
again
that's-
this week. My girl
you
made that joke too.
Really?
She said, me and my friends are going to get together and be DJs, be 1%. I said, okay.
Alright, you know what the funny is? All y'all niggas become 1%, and then when y'all come together and see that there's 12 different groups.
Like 1%, 2%.
That was y'all gonna look stupid as
Y'all
fuck.
gonna look
We'll be like, oh, you know what? You're 1% real original.
While we have t-shirts and branding and shows and history, while y'all niggas trying to come up and ask niggas, yeah, we're 1%. Let us play. You're the type of niggas with that fucking bullshit ass
We're talking about in that last episode.
Snap right in their goddamn face.
Why would you snap it though? That's
Yo,
so
all
mean.
them niggas that play on shit like that in the clubs, on like if you play on something that has an aux out, you're fucked. Just
Yo, you know what? You're fucked is crazy. My pet peeve lately has been
you're
watching
fucked.
these sets just from like Instagram, whatever, YouTube videos, and there's 6 different setups on the DJ booth. So it's like you got your CDJs, and then on top of that you got an SX3 or an SR2 1000, and on top of that you got some 4-channel Numark, and on top of that you got a little 2-channel Numark.
And what, they're playing on every
And,
single one of them?
and it's different DJs, so it's 4 different DJs, but they all play on 4 different shit. So one DJ out here on their little 2-channel, and then they move it. This other DJ,
And, like, here's the
and I'm
thing.
like, bro, you really gotta be just.
Here's the thing.
It's complicated for no reason.
And I'm not hating on it too much. I was that guy. I started on a Vestex. My controller was this almost like maybe double the size of this fucking thing right here, right? But there's a difference in why I use that piece of machinery compared to a Numark piece of shit controller, $200 controller, or a bigger fucking thing at the time. That's my own personal reason. If I were to tell you that, then I would lose what I have that's better than all y'all niggas. So that's why I won't tell y'all about that fucking special shit. But at the same time, understand that even though my shit was small when I started out, I learned how to start to play on this shit and that shit and this shit and that shit. And I became versatile.
Insert the Kevin Hart meme.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me.
Hey, yo, what the fuck did Jaylin just say?
What did he just say?
You follow, but it's not. You get it?
That's crazy.
You get it?
That's hilarious.
You get it?
I get it.
I will also say I'm the best producer out here. Now I'm gonna talk my shit.
Are you sure?
Yes. One of the
Duwaine
best.
actually the best, bro.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
That doesn't sound confident. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I'm with it. I love it.
As long as you're with it.
I'm with
such
it.
an original sound is what I'm saying. Also, Duwaine's good at DJing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, of course.
Hey
Those
man,
are top beats.
Dwayne can also fucking lasso a fucking cow and a bull. Put
Yeah,
it down,
ride some
ramble.
more, yeah.
He can fucking
What else can
lay
Dwayne do?
sheep.
Can you fly?
He can farm. He can fly. He
Oh,
can
dude,
also
I
go to
can
space.
fly.
Awesome.
He can breathe
Well, you marry him.
underwater also.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm good. I'm learning that.
Okay, and 0%, who's the best DJ?
Shane.
Oh.
There's no quarrel here.
Bro, like,
There's
no comparison.
No
I look at the guy and say, I'm gonna stop.
That nigga has 10 years.
I try so hard, and even then he hops on. I'm like, well, I did my best.
I could do my entire. I literally planned an entire set, and like he'll still wash it every single time.
Oh,
That's
every
not-
time.
And he'll come with an even better planned set.
Yeah.
And then.
And the thing is, we don't talk, so
no,
like we just
don't
play.
talk. We just come together and play. At the end, when we meet before is when we go.
Might
what
be
you
a couple
playing?
songs.
What you
Yeah, I'm playing this. Yeah, this is like the vibe I'm going for.
What's
and
the
that's it.
competition between y'all?
None.
There's
No,
no,
for real.
bro. We work as a team, bro. Like
The
it's
only way
teamwork.
that we work is if we work together.
Mhm.
If we worked in competition, it would never work.
The amount of times I'll be DJing and I'm just like, yo, I have no idea what to play. And Jay's just like, yo, play this. I'm like,
And same
Money,
thing with
money,
him.
money,
Millions
money,
of times.
bang, bang,
This
bang, bang,
motherfucker
bang.
would just be like, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, perfect. Now you set the tone. Now
Yeah.
I'm able to just rock for the next like half
because
an hour.
it's
45
easier, like,
minutes.
because like reading the room, it's difficult as a DJ because you have to read the room, then you also have to pick a new song.
Yeah.
But then you also have to think about picking like 5 songs
and that's,
in a row.
And that's
like
where
5
the
songs from now.
difference between Dwayne's a good DJ and Duwaine's a good song selector. Duwaine can pick great songs, right? For you in the apartment, chilling. But Duwaine has never gone into a lounge or a nightclub and hold a room and keep people content.
And you look at someone, you're like, I have to play this right now.
I have to play this right now so that person doesn't leave.
Or, that's a skill in itself.
And like, so and I'm not taking anything away from you.
No, of course.
It's something you learn too.
It's like a muscle when you go to the gym. It's the same thing as like with Dylan. As well as he is down here DJing and killing shit and making his mixes, he can go out and if the nerves come, some shit might be a little off. And I haven't heard it. You're really good, but you never know, right? As you're playing, this might happen. You're in a different setting, in a different environment, and it tests your skills a little differently when you're reading in a room. He played at Rain for me, opened a room, and it was busy from 10, 15 on. So he didn't even have a chance to be
so the thing is, when we DJ together, it's like, he's DJing, right? He's DJing, he's mixing, he's scratching, he's looking for another song. And I'm just looking at the room for the whole time the song's playing. So I'm thinking, I have a minute and a half. He has 20 seconds to pick a song. Yeah. So I'm thinking for a minute and a half, I'm like, oh, yeah, that would work. Like, oh, yeah, this is the perfect song for right now. I tell him, and he's like, yeah, that's perfect right now. So he's good now. Maybe he has another song that works right after that. Yeah. Right? So now he knows he's good for 2 or 3 songs. He's boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Chilling there. I'm also still thinking of other songs. I hear what he plays. I'm like, okay, these 2 songs will be good now. Yeah. Tell him, boom. Same thing, back and forth, right? Because it's just like another part of the job where it's like, you really need to watch the crowd.
Majority.
It's like
or you watch that one person in the back of the crowd.
Psychology. It's like figuring out like vibes. That's all it is. It's reading the room and energy. Yeah. Like it all comes with just practice.
It's just practice.
And like I'm sure you'd be great at it.
Yeah. You get the hang of it. That's the thing.
And like that's the great part about being a good song selector is you get to really like showcase that you know what everybody likes. Yeah. So you go to a room and like when you play, it's just like there's no question. This guy's one of the best.
It's more just like an embodiment of like what you like to play and like what you want to express out to people. But like
that in a very you have to package that in a very digestible and almost depending on where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're at Bauer, if you're at Baiju, if you're at Black Dog, you just play whatever the fuck you want. Have fun, do you, showcase you. If you're a big act and you've already made your name, you do you, you showcase you. When you're right where we are and you're trying to grind, you're trying to make your name, you appease the people, you keep your business that you're working for running, and when you can, you do your flair, you do your thing, you show it off, and that in itself, that whole ensemble together is why people come back week after week. And if they don't, then you gotta change shit up, or you gotta look at your city and you gotta look at your times and you gotta look at things. Exactly. If your club night lands right after rent's paid, sometimes it won't be the best. You know what I'm saying? But that's something you gotta take on the chin and you just gotta keep going. So
exactly.
DJing is
we play songs we like, but we play songs we know you will like too. That's the whole point. So don't worry, trust us. Don't worry. Can you play this song? I probably will play it. Just wait. Like, why are you in such a rush to get the song out? Like,
it's like skip this.
Yeah, like you want me to skip all these songs that I got that I know you're also gonna like to get to this one song, but I'll get to that song.
And if I played all these songs in a string the way I would play them, that one song's gonna sound.
It's gonna sound even better. Yeah, it's like a build up to that song. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah,
it's artistry. It's the same thing, man. It goes back to the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Don't worry about all that.
That's some real shit.
But yeah. That was just a sidebar.
It's really nice hearing you guys talk about the craft like that because at the end of the day it becomes so particular when you do it every day and it's like it's an important thing like it's like even I think it reminds me a lot of like and like I'm sure you know too but like when acting like when you get into it so much it's like there's really are these in particulars or when you're making music there really are these in particulars like. It's all the little things people don't notice. It's how you may take a step on the stage.
The one thing too is like AI can't really take us over. Like there's like the Spotify DJs. There's like whatever. Like there's like AI can do everything. Like it can make songs, but AI I don't think would be able to read a room of like 150 people and choose a song that they all like unless it really had a lot of information. Like unless you walked in and everybody, all of their Spotify playlists were like on just like not scanned right away, and then like AI figures out what the top songs are and all that. Sure, maybe that's the case, but even if you did that, it's like, hey, what's the difference in just like a house party? Like, why would you go out?
Yeah, people are picky too.
Yeah, AI is scary for people who paid lots of money to get degrees to get their jobs.
That's exactly what it is.
All those jobs are at risk.
Those are the ones that are at risk. If you went to school and paid a lot of money to be like a doctor, a surgeon, a psychiatrist, a lawyer, engineer, anything mechanical. All these things are going to get replaced within the next 20 to 25 years. And then that's where it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to run the machine that does your job.
Because think about it, right? Like AI, right? So like one thing that they use it for right now is like, so you go to a doctor and like you tell your doctor all these symptoms. The doctor has to run a bunch of tests, do a bunch of this, do this, this, this. If you told AI the same symptoms, and you said like, and you tracked it by date, it could literally like scale it down to be like, these are like the top 10 things that you need to test for to see if that's what like your symptoms are for. Most likely it's probably gonna be one of those because it doesn't have to keep going back and forth and go, okay, go do blood work for this one thing. Then you wait 2 to 3 weeks. AI is just gonna go, okay, you're feeling sick, you felt sick like this on this day, this day, this day. These are the symptoms for this. Go get tested for that.
They'll have a Nexus machine.
Yeah, it'll have a machine. You go outside, it scans your body, it says, okay, this is what's wrong with you right now. Here's your prescription.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens in that.
And it's 20 years.
Yeah, in like 20 years that could happen for sure. It's happening right now. Like doctors are
saying
already
by
using AI for that. You know what I mean?
all electric.
Yeah, so like they're already doing like, yeah, what are your symptoms? They'll plug it in and be like, okay, this is how they were feeling today. This is what this is like was the reaction to like this medicine. They'll tell you like if they're allergic to some shit, whatever. It'll give you options and then you figure it out. Test for that. Gotta figure it out, right? So like it just like makes it makes things a lot more efficient because it just like brings all the information together.
Yeah. I'm like, I guess even after hearing that, which is like very convincing, I'm just not sold on it yet.
Nobody needs to be sold on it. You don't have to be sold on it. It's a brand new thing. Nobody knows anything about it. Anybody that does is too smart in the shit to really be talked about.
They're not gonna talk about it.
They're biased. Also.
So once AI takes over, like making like music and like beat production, it's over for me.
Well,
that's all
the thing is, like,
That's
it's
already
not
good.
creative though. Like the machine always
the
puts
thing
what you
is,
put into it.
the one thing that I will say about the production, and I don't mean to scare you, is it's all now like gridded, like quantized. All this shit is already like easy enough to just punch in, boop 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 boop. Like the thing that is the most impressive is the people that come up with their own, melodies and scales, and play instrumentation and swing and doing like these humanistic things, errors and like. Like that's the thing that is the greatest. Like when you hear a live mix from a human, there are errors. The things that go wrong, like the scratches and perfect mixes.
But that catches your attention too. It makes you come back to the mix.
The echo out is a little bit wrong, whatever. With the AI, those things are going to be so perfect to the point where it's almost not appealing anymore.
It'll get boring.
That's why art is so good. It's on different ranges and levels. But when you have something that can express itself in the same way that a human being can feel such intense emotions in 2 to 5 seconds and change and feel this intense passion.
That's why I think right now, like the most important thing is the one way that you'll be good and make it is if you utilize AI. Like you work with it.
It's already happening right now.
It makes it so much easier.
You work with it. You're
on
the best.
Photoshop. There's this AI now that you can like. You could literally like cut shit out, and you like click one button, and it'll like create a background for you. Like it'll just like fill the whole picture in. So it's like you just crop out you, and you'll be like album art cover.
Yeah.
Album art cover. Right. So like you don't even have to hire someone now for that, right? So it's shit like that where it's like it's gonna get so efficient where like you really don't need middlemen for a lot of shit because you can get that like the end user can get all that shit done, right? So it's like jobs in between are just gonna be harder to get unless you're really unique because it's like why do you need to hire someone to do anything anymore, right? The ChatGPT can write you any grant you want. ChatGPT can write you a resume. ChatGPT can really write you like a full paper, right?
Did you
it can
see?
do numbers. It can do everything for you.
They opened up that employee-less McDonald's. I think it was in the States, right?
Yeah, right.
And you just place your order in there, and you go up to the drive-through window, and there's like.
And you think about it, like realistically, like not again, like every person important job, but like, do you really need anybody to work in McDonald's 24 hours? All the food is pre-made. You put it in the machine. You have a conveyor belt that's running everything. We're all using tap. Nobody's using cash anymore.
The only time it gets dispensed is when an order gets put in.
And then there's like a supervisor that watches.
Yeah. All that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, one person. It's not even a supervisor. It's gonna be one person that's running the whole store.
I used to work at McDonald's. It used to be way more people than it is now. There's only one register at every McDonald's, and then there's a bunch of people, maybe 7 working in the back, maybe max. Where it used to be like
during rush hour,
yeah. There used to be 3 people working the till. There used to be 2 managers on site. There used to be somebody on fries. There used to be 4 people on like the burgers, and then there was someone on drive-through on both ends, and then there was someone
both
like
windows.
and
They
then
don't use both
someone
windows
running,
anymore.
and then there was
They don't
someone
use
running
both windows.
food, and then there was someone running food. So imagine going from 14. That's almost 15 people to
50%.
Yeah.
They're gonna cut another 50%.
Yeah.
Right, so it's gonna be 3 on staff. Because really, you're only gonna need someone maybe for just to do cash orders. You might need someone at the drive-through, and then someone to just watch all the machines or fix them if they break.
Yeah.
Right, and then after that, it's gonna get cut in half again, which is one and a half people. Right.
That only gets in there when you need something wrong. So
Yeah, or you just stand, or it's gonna be like a security guard. Like he's literally gonna sit there and he's gonna wait, and if the machine gets clogged, he cleans it out. If this breaks, he has to reset it. And that's all his job
it'll
is.
get so advanced to the point where that won't even need to be.
Yeah, and then at some point there'll be one dude that just drives around at some point and then comes and checks on it once a night, and then once a week, and then once a year, and everything's fine. From maybe you'll have one person monitoring 50 stores.
Once
Even with my
self-clean
bank,
themselves, it was over.
I never go to the teller. Always the ATM.
Why
I can imagine having to go in and see.
Do it online.
Call someone or just go online most of the time.
They end up saying, like you either have to make an appointment, come back, or it's like call this phone number, they'll fix it for you.
You can just do it on your fucking
phone.
phone.
on your phone.
Actually, how much money I transfer between people and between my accounts on my phone.
Yeah, you're just in your room.
So that's what I mean. The middleman is just gonna get cut out of a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it's no need for a teller.
what do I need? Like, you know. But the thing is too, you think about it, it's like when ATMs came out. This is way back 80s, right? People were like, "Oh, tellers are gonna be out of a job." They're still working jobs now, right? There's still tellers. There's not as many, right? Before you you go to any bank, there's 7 desks and there's 2 people.
2 people
in rush hour. Like it's noon on like a Friday. Like motherfuckers just got paid.
And you're trying to
there's a
deposit a
line,
check.
and you're like, "What the fuck?" So, but then they're like, and then they'll walk up to you like, "What are you here for?" And people are like, "A deposit." They're like, "Oh, come to the ATM." And they literally guide you there.
It'll show
And
you.
now you can just deposit a whole check into it.
Exactly.
Any amount of money.
Once the AI becomes smart enough that in the ATM it can just answer your questions like, oh, like I just need to pay a few bills through this, or I just need to do this. Like I know you can already do that, but once it's more of a like easier thing for more people, because most people when they walk in the bank and they're older, it's so fucking hilarious. They'll just go straight to the line.
Straight to the line.
And the line is long, and I'm like, there's like 2 free ATMs, so let's go deposit my money and walk the fuck out, or pull my money and walk the
There's
fuck
still
out.
people that go and pay bills at the bank, bro.
No, 100%.
My mom does.
There you go. Like they go with their bills and they're like,
Some people
here's my
do.
Epcor bill, here's my phone bill.
My grandma used to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like,
frustrating.
for a while, like, you know, like,
It took me
it's...
20 minutes to get money from my car.
Motherfuckers are doing shit like that. But always like, oh, I have to pay my Epcor bill. You're like, bro, just go online. Like, they only take it out of your account.
Yeah.
They just do.
All you have to do is get a void check from your bank, which you can get from online.
You can actually,
you
can actually get the numbers.
If you have a card,
right?
which you need when you usually go in to plug into the machine. If you have that card, you go online, you register that card under yourself, and you can go into your whatever it is, and then you take that fucking void check, and when they say, hey, direct deposit,
it's all there.
That's what you do, and now you never have to leave your house.
Bro,
imagine
with my job,
mine is 40. You have to go outside and pay bills.
People still want checks mailed. Like I look and I'm like, there's no direct deposit. I'm like, do you want to sign up for direct deposit? They say no, I want checks, and I'm like,
well,
checks take literally double the amount of time. Like you're not getting it for like 7 days.
That's
and
him.
You take checks? Why don't you like direct deposit, bro? What's wrong with you?
That's why he's laughing his ass off.
Cash is, it's not though, because you still have to go to the bank to or you have to deposit.
Do
Take
you guys
a picture.
not feel the power of
never-
cash when you walk into
A check is not cash. I don't see check as cash.
I used to have a lot.
Because you can't use that check and.
I used to have a lot of cash. I used to only operate in cash as a
Cash
DJ. I
only.
used to only get paid cash. I used to have lots of cash on me. It's not good to have cash on you
Why?
because you
It's
end up
dangerous?
spending.
Because you don't really save it.
And you don't save it, and it doesn't do anything for you, and you don't end up using it. And then the thing is, like, if you just have your money in one account.
What about the same logic where like people they'll have it online? It's like, oh, it's just a number on my screen. I don't care about it, and then they spend recklessly. Oh,
Of
I
course,
have cash.
people do.
now,
That's
it's
the same
physical.
thing. People do that. I would be both because I used to do where if I had cash, that would get put wherever and saved. But then if I had money in my account, I could spend that because I have the cash over here. But I can't do that as much anymore. So all my cash is whatever. It goes right into my account.
Yeah.
Everything goes right. I need all my money in one place so I can fucking use it and divvy it and save it and figure out this shit, and I'm not thinking or overspending. If I can look at my one number and then all of my spending comes through there and my bank tells me you spent this much this month, that's gonna help me save a lot more than if I have like $1,000 or over here and $1,000 over here and then $3,000 in my bank and then I spent $7,000.
Are you guys good at saving?
Just have like a little personal.
And I'm like,
I have a lot of
advisor.
expenses right now, so like kind of like life's pricey.
life's expensive, man.
It's getting expensive.
I'll like save and then like, oh shit, I have to fucking get a new door fixed and do all this bullshit. So
All this shit just.
how my savings fucking gone? I'm like, yeah, I was doing well, chilling. So like, yeah, like the thing is like save money obviously.
You
if
have
you
to
can,
save.
it's good. But like
you have to save and at least
just have to be
try. It doesn't have to be a lot. But you have to
It
save
adds.
some money.
You save?
Yeah, I see. It adds up.
You have a company pension with a match?
I have an RSVP or whatever.
Is your company match?
I think they do company match. Yeah.
Do they?
These two are good.
Are
with
you
them.
signed up with
They're
that?
great.
I'm gonna say it.
I don't
I'm
think
bad
I'm signed
with
up now.
You
But I should probably get signed
You
up.
should. It's free money.
Yeah. I've been doing a
My
lot.
dealership's on some bullshit, but your company will probably
happened?
give you a good match.
Yeah.
Not that I'm
they don't match.
They match, but it's only 2%
Mm.
or 1%
Of what you
if
put
I
in.
put in 2%. I have to put
they
in
put in
at
like
least
50.
2%, and
They'll
they'll
match
put in
50 or like 50%.
1%
I guess,
is their max.
That's bullshit.
And it sucks for me.
So if you put in 3%, they only match 1 still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks for me, but it's mainly because we have the salesman in our
Oh yeah, these motherfuckers put
dealership
in
who make
fucking-
like $1 million a year.
Yeah, so they put in fucking $2,000 just to their RSP. I'd be like, yeah, no.
yeah.
Oh yeah, commission.
But most places it's like usually like a 6%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Do you get match?
I just
He
get
works for the can-
yeah, I just
the
work for like government Canada, so I get CPP, but I don't.
You get matched.
I get matched CPP though.
So whatever you put in there.
Yeah, they take it off my check and then they match it, so I get like double at least that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Because that's the only that's the only retirement plan we have.
You'll have a good
right?
pension.
But I know, like my CPP pension will be nice.
Yeah, how long you
Because-
been working there?
Yeah.
3
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3.5 years.
3.5
now.
years.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
So
Yeah, if you work there for like a couple more
and then
years,
I could do my own RRSP myself and then just
Well, the nice thing about that job, you can
Fill it up
leave.
right away.
yeah, and then just fill that up and then
Do you guys have TFSAs? Tax
Of course.
savings?
did
Yeah.
and then that's what went
You?
to my mortgage.
I just started this last year.
Good.
So.
It's very, very
Feel like-
why. If you don't do it in your 20s, you will be very sad in your 30s, because like you have to be diligent with it. Like my mom always told me that like your tax-free savings doesn't exist. That's not your money you go to when you're broke and you're like, I need to buy some food. Let me put $50 from my tax-free savings into my account. No,
It's not worth it.
you should definitely just not fit. You go to your fridge and you see what the fuck's in there and you figure it out, and then you figure out how you're gonna make some money. You get some bottles together, you figure something out.
Yeah.
Because
Some
once you
boxes.
go into your tax-free savings and you make it like a habit for stupid shit. If it's important shit, your car breaks
Emergency.
down, emergency, you're doing rent, you're buying like big shit, of course. But like if you're just like, oh, I want to buy this shirt, I got $100 in my account, I'm gonna transfer out this much, blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't do that, because once you get into that habit, you're gonna spend your whole tax-free savings, and then you're gonna be like, well, I'm not saving anything. When you could have done that, put a whole bunch of money into that, had a couple $1,000, and then looked into options of being like, okay, now let me talk to my bank. I have $10,000 in my fucking tax-free savings. What can I do with 5 of it?
They want you to invest
They
it
want
more
you to
because
use
it's
it.
more advantageous for them as well.
Yeah, they want to
And
be
then
able to
you
play
get
with
more
your money.
then
If
that's
you
the
give
thing.
if you give the access of your bank account to them to take a portion of your money to play with, they will secure your money and hopefully grow it.
Yeah, I got something crazy to say. Freaking, I never got a call from a bank that wasn't them calling to be like, we need something from you or you owe us something. My girl the other day, she got a call from the bank. It was the nicest lady in the world asking, how can I help you with your investments in your account right now?
Yeah, that's
Because
what they
she
do.
has a lot of money in her accounts over there.
That's
They
what it
like
is.
you if you got cash in the
Brother,
account.
they treat you nice.
If you don't, well, if you don't have money in your
Bro.
account, you're just a liability and an expense to them.
Yeah.
But if you have money in your account,
What can we do for you?
What
Oh, by the way.
Because I have a mortgage, right? Like I don't have my mortgage with my bank.
Mm-hmm.
These guys will email me every 3 months. Hey, we'd like for you to transfer your mortgage to RBC. I said no.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And they call me. Hey, how's it going? Can we change anything about your personal banking?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I was
I'll
getting
pay you
calls
whatever
about
I need
that.
to for a month and just mind your business. Yeah.
The thing is, they know.
They know,
They
bro.
know.
The thing is when
Yeah.
you have money, people will offer you more money, which is like, seems counterintuitive, but it also makes sense.
Well, it's the thing is, like, I don't know if you've heard it, but once you're rich, everything comes for free.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay for anything. You get the clothes for free, the food for free, the
plane
ride for free, the cars for free.
The more money we've made, the more free shit I've got.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, the more money I've made, where I can spend it, things are covered. I'm like ready to pay. They're like, no, it's good.
I literally have taken money out.
I have money for this.
I've taken money out of my pocket. I've had Cree Asian behind me with money and, like, not just, like, couple 20s. Couple $100.
Hundreds of dollars.
To be like, yo, we're gonna do this. Nah.
And you look at you're like, what, for free? Like, if I was not me, like, if I didn't do all this in my life, if I was that person that just walked in, I would have had to pay $250, and you're saying I don't have to pay you with anything. Yeah, go. But why?
Why? I couldn't tell you why.
But that's just like how life is.
But it's something that ends up happening once you have some sort of status. It's the way that society was built. It all goes back to colonialism and the imperialism and the fucking bullshit.
It's credit.
But
that's what I was gonna get to.
That's a good segue.
And being someone like P. Diddy. The money just opens doors, and sometimes it can open the wrong doors.
And it can also close some doors.
You guys need a ranch water?
I was gonna have
another ranch water for this man right here.
This is not sponsored by Ranch Water.
This is not sponsored. We're sponsored by Olay, if anything. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
Sponsor What You Say Fridays at the Common every Friday.
But here's what we're not going to sponsor and endorse.
P. Diddy.
Is P. Diddy.
Alright, so let's talk about this.
Fuck P. Diddy, he be touching niggas' assholes and shit.
Alright. So, Alright. So, as a DJ, are we playing P. Diddy in the club still?
Okay, we are.
We still playing P. Diddy.
So, like, here's the thing. We have been.
Morally.
I definitely have been. But not flagrantly. No hate me nows. No, nothing like that. And if anything, it's classics that if I weren't to play them, how would I get the party moving? How am I gonna? Like,
I'll play More Money, More Problems until the day I cannot. I'm playing More Money, More Problems until I cannot.
Okay, no.
The first verse I proposed that nigga, I said,
I was waiting for the conviction.
It was bullshit. That was bullshit. I could obviously get the party moving with a billion different other songs, but like,
there's a few.
But like, it's fun to tease a little bit of that shit too in this. Not because of this whole situation, but it's like the tenacious of this. We can't play R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
He gets a pass.
I don't know. It's only because he's dead. And the thing is, like, sometimes if I play him in too white of a room, I'm like, somebody in here is judging me. Where, you know what I'm saying? So like that's where it's like, you know, things like kind of.
White people are 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 on Michael.
Yeah, they're very.
Really are. So is he.
Black people,
so is he.
It's like, damn, the music sounds good, but white people think of the ethics of the
they
artists.
think about the motherfucking who
those
they
poor
are.
kids.
That's
they think of the background of the artist.
That's where I look at P. Diddy, and I will only play things with Biggie in him, Mace in him, and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. And if it is Diddy, hopefully he's at the bottom where we don't even get to his verse. Yeah. So like, I'm not playing P. Diddy.
He's in a lot of the first verses.
He's in a lot of the first verses.
On like every song he's almost in all the first
like
verses.
the production.
Yes.
That is the thing with him. His best songs have so many.
He really is
artists.
though. Like, it's not his song, but he's like the first
problem. And like and here's the thing. If we were to lose P. Diddy out of the fucking catalog, oh well. You know what that means? Guess we're playing newer music. That's all that means. Guess it's just like we're not going back into the old shit as much. Because
AI can redo his verses.
We can get AI to redo
his verses.
And just make it big.
Can we rock with AI versions only? Because they did the Drake and Weeknd song that was dope. Can we rock with only AI, R. Kelly, AI Michael Jackson, and AI? It's not actually them. But we can have renditions of their songs done.
It'll be ethically okay
and
to play.
it's ethically okay because whoever made that didn't. And we'll change the lyrics a little bit.
It's the remix to Transition.
Step in the name of...
And then
the name of
won't be canceled for playing.
Step in the name of hugs. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Everybody loves hugs.
Everybody loves hugs. So...
He might not.
Maybe not Meek Mill
especially
anymore.
P. Diddy. Alright,
I don't think Meek Mill will like hugs anymore.
So, as we continue on, none of us here hold any standing. But
as you can see,
we don't want any drama with P. Diddy. We don't want no legal cases with P. Diddy.
We're
speaking we're in Canada.
No Ciroc here.
Please don't blow any of their cards.
We're in Canada, so nothing we say has any American legal hold or law-abiding jurisdiction on us.
Nope.
We can say whatever the fuck we want because we're in Canada, which is a great country.
Amazing.
Representatives of Drake.
We are representatives of Drake.
Of
OVO.
Aubrey Drake Graham.
We are OVO sound representatives. No, just kidding. We're not.
Yes, I'm OVO.
But we would like to be. Drake, hit us up.
Please.
Self-care said it would be the first podcast
Get us
on
on
your
the
syndicate. We'll syndicate it.
We want to be on that jet. We want to be on that jet with you.
Yeah.
Get us on that jet.
OVO.
On that private jet where you get the bed and shit.
Anyways, I spent $250 on a goddamn silk shit. That shit started getting wrinkly. Anyway, Puff Daddy, P Diddy,
Sean Combs.
Can we start? Who wants to start?
Where are we starting at?
Where
Diddy touched me.
Where are we starting? No, that's too far in. That's too far. Just wait. Run it back. Wait.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere,
it started with
Ciara.
Cassie.
Cassie, sorry.
Yeah.
Cassie came out and was like, "Yo, P Diddy abusive. P Diddy's a piece of shit. He did all this. He did that to me.
Trolling me for years.
All these kinds of things during when they were together and everything that's been happening and threatening, tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Did blow up the car.
That's insane.
There's a whole police report filing, all that kind of shit.
GTA
GTA kind of shit.
If you want to go way back, may have had something to do with
killed.
How did he survive?
May have killed Pac. May have killed Pac.
Both of them, actually.
May have been in affiliation with Suge Knight to kill Pac, and may have just been in affiliation with himself and a few other people to kill Notorious B.I.G.
How did Kid Cudi survive?
He didn't get in the car.
He wasn't in the car.
It just blew up.
Yeah, he said he saw it. He was like on. It's after Kid Cudi had that whole Instagram. You see the video of him just looking at the camera like. It was during that he said, "Oh yeah, P Diddy blew my fucking car."
Yeah, so it's true. But like,
Anyways.
so that started to happen. I think there's a few other things that might have came up. Like there's other people that have started to speak up that were like a little bit lesser of a name than. Cassie.
In between, yeah.
So like there's more allegations. Then I didn't hear too much about it after that because he paid everything
He paid a
off.
lot of people, yeah.
But then there was the word of him hiring Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer as his, which is not a good look because she was associated with Jeffrey Epstein and that whole island of horribleness. And so now there's more news that is.
He's clapping cheeks for everybody. Apparently, everybody got
your favorite rapper.
We don't know what
everybody got did.
Now, if we were to take a vote, what is Diddy's sexuality?
Bisexual.
Yeah, he bi. He just want. I say he pan. He just want to fuck whatever he can.
I think at that point, Diddy's just.
Yeah, I think you got.
He just smashed so much pussy. He want the pussy.
Yeah.
He said, like what else? Like how much?
So much pussy.
Well, how much? How much else can I?
He just got bored. He's like, do what I want,
bro.
Is that what?
Yo, you know what?
it's
That's
about?
the thing. That's the thing. If we want to throw it back to ancient times, niggas was
good.
Yeah,
niggas was gay. Niggas was gay a lot.
Niggas was gay.
And you know what? Like I think
they were just bored.
No. But here's the thing. Like
they're just expressing.
the thing about like I had this thought while I was watching Drag Race with my girl.
Shout out.
Yo, what season you on?
The newest one.
Oh shit.
Not all y'all watching the show with your girls.
Shout out.
That's what you have to do
when you're in a relationship.
I'm happy with that one. I said perfect. We all watch that.
So it depends on the girl.
Yep.
So like there are these places, Russia and Korea and like wherever, I don't know where, but there's a bunch of places that, being gay is absolutely horrible, right?
A lot of places,
in their vision,
to be honest, except for here.
In their vision, in their eyes, even in America, whatever, all that kind of shit, right? For thousands of years, niggas have been gay. Like thousands and thousands and thousands.
It didn't just exist. I know. It didn't just pop up.
It didn't just pop up.
Gay's not new.
I'm not saying this.
He's not new.
I'm not saying this to y'all.
Rewrite this.
I'm not saying this to y'all to be like, yo, did you know that? I fucking know.
Newsflash.
I fucking know. I know all of you fucking know.
I'm aware.
The thing that I'm saying is that it's so fundamentally built into who we are as a human race that it's so insane that as for thousands of years there have been people as homosexuals, heterosexuals, transsexuals, or like hermaphrodites that have been born with both parts or different parts or whatever.
Yeah.
They still look at it as such an evil thing, right? And it wasn't like that until what took over the world? Religion. So like it's just so fucking crazy to me because it's weird that it doesn't matter where you're from. That's gonna happen. No matter it's in your bloodline, it's in your family. If there's like homosexual fucking genes in your body, they're gonna eventually come out into some offspring. And regardless of where the fuck you're from on the earth, it's everywhere.
You think gays passed out?
100%.
Interesting.
You don't think so?
I know gays passed down.
I don't think so.
I know
You don't
gays
think
passed
that?
down.
You don't think that?
I don't know if gays passed down.
I don't think
I don't think it's passed down from like I was gay and my son's gay and the next son's gay. I'm not saying that. I never said that. I'm saying that in your family tree, if you look at anybody's family
Someone
tree,
was gay?
There's like if you have any homosexual relatives or anything like that in your family, that just you gotta look at it because it's gonna lead back to somebody else. Doesn't have to be this person, this person, this person. It's genes. You can hit whatever the fuck you want, but if you don't know, if you have the scientific evidence to disprove me, go ahead. I'm just saying something. This is
the first time I ever thought about it being passed down. That's why
the first time I'm ever thought about it was a couple days ago, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
I really just thought niggas is gay. I just thought like you wake up, not wake up, born, and you're like.
You don't know. You don't wake up one day born and you're like, I was straight, and then now I'm gay. No, you've been gay.
That's what I mean.
You've been gay since you were born.
It's
not something you choose, unless then you become bisexual. Because, like, as you grow up with the societal tendencies, you're gonna think as a boy or as a girl, you like the opposite sex until you figure out by yourself that you don't. But you already have known that because it's so uncomfortable for you to go out or deal with somebody else. It's a biological fucking thing, which is why I'm saying if you were to look at in your family tree, somebody that says, yo, my uncle's gay, and my cousin's gay, and then this person back here is gay, and it turns out my great ancestor's gay. You're never going to find it out because the only time you can come out and be gay is now. So within the last 50 to 60 years, being gay has been illegal and has been penalized and all this shit. So you could have gay people scattered throughout your whole bloodline and you have no fucking idea because nobody has been able to say, yo, I am. They go, I'm going to have a wife and kids, I'm going to shut the fuck up, and I'll have my shit on the side and whatever. And so many people, when their grandfathers or their fathers or their whatever they die, they find out they had a fucking gay lover. Because they end up showing up at the fucking funeral, or they do this, or they do, like, it happens so often. Not all the time, I'm saying, but, like, in the cases where that shit is there.
That you heard about it. Yes, you're right.
So, like, to me, when I thought about it, I'm like, because there was a drag queen that said, you know, I'm from Russia, my family's from Russia, everything is from Russia. So how are you from Russia? The most, like, they kill you if you're fucking gay in the street.
Yeah.
And how are you gay? If your whole bloodline is from Russia, everything's from Russia, straight to you, how are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You have to.
Wait, where is it?
Where is it?
Why are you
No, but for real, you have to have had that shit passed down from at least somewhere in your bloodline for it to like reach you. And it's not I'm not saying this is a bad thing or not. I'm just saying it's just something to like think about. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. I never looked into it. It's just a fucking thought. But like it's very interesting that these places that are like so oppressive of it, it's because they experienced it before and they saw it and they're like, we don't want this. Yeah, and then they made that become like the general thing. But like that doesn't mean that it's right. It's just you have a religion now that you followed that every single fucking buddy else follows the same shit and it says this is wrong.
What is the fear? What is there to be scared of gay people?
I don't know. I'm not trying to bring it into all that shit. I'm just saying this is a thought that I had.
Yeah.
And
Now
I feel
with that thought,
it's just like the age-old argument of nature versus nurture kind of thing.
should we look into Diddy's?
In what way?
Into Diddy's family lineage?
Well, maybe.
If there's
What do you mean nature versus nurture?
Because if it was passed out, it would have had to start somewhere.
Right.
So then where did it start?
Mm-hmm. Where did we originate from? Where is everything from? How did we go? Like, that's the thing. That's the age-old question.
Exactly.
So we're never going to know.
Mm-hmm.
So but it's here. And it's prevalent. And it's the same thing as, like, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this isn't something that, like, is new. Right? Like, I said, being gay has been around for thousands of years. Y'all laughed.
But it's
But
true.
like it's true, because you know what I'm saying. Only now has it been acceptable in the world to be gay. In most parts, no, still. So that's the only. It's just a thought. It doesn't have to be that deep.
No.
You went facts. Am I?
it is. You're saying never thought about it that way. To be honest, I know. I'm like, maybe you got the gay gene.
You know what? I don't know if I don't think there's a gene. There's no gene that like.
I'm not saying it's an
actual
gene. It's not like a gene, but like it's the same thing as like you can inherit, and I'm not saying that these are any way linked, but you can inherit
like
addiction.
Things.
You can inherit personality. You can inherit all types. You can be exactly the spitting image of your dad, of your mom. You could be the same way, and that's just like how you were born, how you're made, right? It's just what they chose whenever the fuck the biological shit made you. So, who's to say that it doesn't make you that way? And like, I don't fucking know. This is an age-old question. Niggas be laughing at it all the goddamn time. You're born gay, you are gay, you become gay, whatever. I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to make no goddamn political statement, nothing. I'm just saying a thought that I had that goes, what's your family tree, and does that have anything to do with it? Because that's interesting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's been through Greek times, like we were all saying.
They got the paintings of them on the vase, fucking.
Yeah.
Like throughout time, like plenty of like even like Shakespeare probably had like a lot of male lovers, and he wrote about them too. Like it's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's
That's all I'm gonna say. It's interesting. Can you restart the?
Shout out all
the
gay
so it's not
niggas.
so super long.
I kissed the guy once.
And we will be
What else you gotta say about that, bro? That's just...
Yeah, I don't know. You wanna give him the mic? You wanna give him the floor for that?
Go, yeah, run it. What do you gotta say?
Number one P. Diddy analyzer.
Number one P. Diddy analyzer. P. Diddy touched everyone's cheeks.
Oh no, not about that.
Oh.
Is that what you were trying to tell him to talk about?
No, I don't know. That's on a rock, bro.
Have you guys ever kissed a guy before?
Never.
Really? The way you guys said never so confidently.
Yeah, like I was pretty confident because I know.
Because I know.
My bad.
Like, nah, like I would have told you if I did, but like, I have not.
Yeah, 100%.
Word. Okay, I've kissed a lot of people in my life. I'd say maybe 20.
You haven't kissed me? Thank God.
Okay.
What's the thing?
I'll drink to that.
I ain't got no liquor.
Wah!
Wow. Ranch water?
To my left. Oh yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna drink ranch water now.
I fucking hate it.
And ice and Sprite.
I don't hate it, but I put the ice back.
There's a point to make at one point. I think like it becomes a point of discovery at some point for people, right? It's something that's around. It's like, oh shit, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll see what's up.
Do what you gotta do.
And that's what. Shit, my hands in the air. I'm innocent.
Nobody's judging you.
Nobody judging you here, bro.
Nobody
You got a
here is
girlfriend.
judging
Cheers.
you. Yeah,
You
doesn't
got
matter
one.
what you want to do. You could have a boyfriend, girlfriend,
Yeah, you got a boyfriend too.
cat,
Yeah, both.
whatever you want. Person, cat person. Wow, bro.
I ain't never been curious about another man.
I've never been
So
Can I admit that another man is attractive? Of course, because I'm not in.
yeah, I'll be like, that nigga look like the Thor, bro. Like obviously.
Like, damn, you
Right.
you look good.
But do I have any sexual tendencies and attraction or anything like to that? No, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm a heterosexual man. I'm a cisgender
You look good,
man.
bro, but like you look good from over
Hate
there.
me, whatever you want to say.
And
But-
that's real. And
But
that's
yeah,
real.
can we say the same about P. Diddy?
Nah.
He was all up in there.
So who was he up in? Because we didn't even get to that.
Ooh, we got
Okay, hold on. What's going on over here?
I had another side story.
Okay, go ahead. We're here.
I don't know if you heard about it off the Weekly Word News. There's a guy in the States, I think it was Florida,
Of course.
who's suing another guy because this guy posted some ads saying that he was a woman
Defamation, right?
and that he was doing like a glory hole type thing. With
Does everybody
sheet.
know what a glory hole is?
Yeah.
Does anybody want to explain?
It's the hole in the wall you can put your penis through, and someone will be on the other end to service.
To service you.
And
Okay, so
Spit
service.
shine.
so I guess this guy
That was a good one.
replied to the ad, went there, curtain fell down.
Oh.
It was a guy. It was supposed to be a girl. He got pissed off and now he's suing the guy.
So he put the ad up to
Entice
For someone
Yeah.
to come and do him
Some-
service
At the end
him.
of the
service
day,
him.
And then it was a guy that was servicing him.
And he got pissed off.
And he got mad at that or no?
I think the guy who posted the ad was servicing another guy. But he was
so the ad was
posing
like,
as a female. He was saying
well,
so the guy that pulled up is trying to sue?
Yeah, the guy who pulled up is trying to sue.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but
that's
pulling up to a glory.
I'd be pissed too. Well, I mean, yes, you're pulling.
I mean, like if he's expecting a woman,
yes,
to
I'd also be mad.
Yeah, if he was expecting a woman to,
provide him service.
Attend to the service, and he was falsely advertised on that. I feel like he might be in the right. Maybe he has some sort of leeway in that.
He has a case,
he has a case. I'm not sure if it's a strong case, but still illegal. I don't think glory holes or whatever. That's a legal kind of thing.
Why are you?
Yeah.
Why?
We should drop this in June.
We'll drop this.
Well, this one.
Yeah, save this episode.
For what?
We
June.
Yeah.
This would be months in advance.
I only care about this month, nigga.
The Diddy
Black history.
The Diddy episode.
Yo, and we got an extra day this month too.
If Diddy was
Diddy, bro.
You have to give that nigga pity once he goes to fucking jail for the rest of his life.
He should. He touched everything.
Oh, God.
Can we talk about what he did? Yeah.
We really don't know. He did everything.
Okay, let's go to the whole court documents or whatever, saying how he had relations with like an R&B singer and a Philadelphia rapper. But how it was said in the documents, it said he was associated and
Texas.
He's from Texas.
There you go.
But it's like Diddy was engaged in sexual acts with a Philadelphia rapper who, and it says this in the court documents, who has dated Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. So you're saying that
not saying his name at all.
Meek Mill
Yeah.
has had sexual relations with P. Diddy?
Yeah, he most likely had his cheeks clapped.
Yeah, he probably touched it. He probably did something very suggestive.
You're telling me gangster, gun-toting, riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip.
Did you not see him fall downstairs into the snow that one time?
Did you not see him eat McDonald's fries off his shorts?
Nigga, you saw that?
That shit's so...
I did not.
No, Jay.
Put that clip
Jay,
up.
this is the best fucking video. We gotta add that in there because this is the greatest fucking video ever.
No.
No.
It's so fucking funny. He's just walking down normally.
He's leaving his house, bro.
Dressed.
Dressed.
You've seen it?
No.
They got a whole down coat on and shit, bro.
I was trying to buy Candy Goose today at the store. 20% off is still.
Wait, I need to see that again.
Bro, he bust ass, bro. Falls into the bush. He falls into the bush. Look, this nigga's covered in snow.
Embarrassing.
It's so
bro.
fucking funny.
That's
like covered, bro. Insane. So yeah, that nigga got clapped.
Okay, at what point? Because wasn't Meek Mill down bad? He was in jail. He got hit with the RICO.
But Jay-Z saved him.
Jay-Z saved him.
But then P. Diddy came from the shadows.
He's like, I'm gonna save you too.
He said you thought Jay-Z saved you. He said, guess who whispered in Jay-Z's ear? He's like, now you owe me. Some booty cheeks.
Has Jay-Z and P. Diddy ever done anything together?
Not that we know.
What was Nas saying about Jay-Z?
You don't get that rich without doing something.
Nah, man.
You gotta
return a favor.
He said, nah, don't do GT like that.
Like,
you
can't come for all the greats.
Alright, here's the thing. Jay-Z probably did some fucking...
He has enough money to cover it.
Devil worshipping shit. But at the same time, you gotta sacrifice a few niggas to get the fucking gold, man. The diamond, the rock.
It's like gay Godfather.
Who?
Gay. It's like gay Godfather or something.
Who? Gay Godfather?
Yeah, P. Diddy's the Godfather, bro.
Why are you?
He's the Godfather, bro.
The gay Godfather.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna give him an offer he can't refuse.
To who?
I don't know, just everyone in the
Meek
game.
Mill?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay.
What did Diddy have to do with Meek Mill's career?
Why did he want Meek? What did he have to do? He signed to Rick Ross.
I don't know. What do you want to do with that?
There's also
Probably
a picture
just
of him
something
kissing Rick Ross. So
he has photos of everybody. French Montana.
There was a whole compilation of
There's all,
P.
yeah,
Diddy
just
looking
him
sus.
just grabbing
There was
on
a picture
niggas.
of him that it looked like him and Rick Ross were always kissing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's grabbing on everybody.
You just watched it.
Okay, who else? Give it a
There's a
rate.
lot of
Alright.
people. Justin Bieber.
Okay, tell me about that one. Let's run that one.
Alright, so there's another video. We can put all these up also because they're on the
Yeah,
internet.
they're all on the
Great
internet.
podcast. I'll
Twitter's
send all
having a
these.
field day right now.
Twitter's amazing. There's a video of P. Diddy in a studio with Justin Bieber going, "Hey, bro, I see you doing a lot of big things out here, but like, why haven't you come to kick it with me? Why didn't you hit me back?" Justin Bieber, stuttering, crazy.
We don't have.
Everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
You don't have to go elaborate anymore. We'll insert it.
Yeah.
Insert it. This that we just saw. Now, why do you think that Justin Bieber is so because he knows he's about to get ass fucked, or what do you think that's gonna happen?
I mean, maybe motherfuckers told him be careful because you might, and now he's in the room with him saying.
Well, why do you think that both J. Cole and P. Diddy have both J. Cole and Drake have altercations with P. Diddy also? You think it's because someone play that?
Yeah.
Probably that. That's where they fought.
We
That's
didn't even talk about Usher,
funny.
but Usher was close with JB, so
He was on the name
Usher,
tag.
there's another video.
Usher was probably like.
We're gonna put another Usher video right here where Usher, Kevin Hart, and P. Diddy are in a room together.
There was
Day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes.
He was also named in that too, but you don't know how they named Usher? It's like, yeah, and then also like Texas R&B singer who recently did the Super Bowl.
Wow. It's because they have to be able to like be specific without saying the name. That's why they do that.
They have to keep the names redacted.
Yeah, they have to keep the names redacted, but they have.
But I'm gonna explain everything you did in the last 4 years.
In the last
I think
weeks.
I think that is more of a social media thing.
Yeah.
Why they do it.
Yeah, so they can't.
Whoever's writing that shit. No. They're just trying to get that shit out, like, because they know the document's gonna go, so they're like, let me write this shit spicy.
Let's just make it spicy for him.
There's a little creative license.
I like that.
We all like a little creative license. That's the only way I'm signing.
Did Biggie touch Biggie?
Did he touch Biggie?
Yeah, you think he could have done that?
Touch? You think Biggie touched P. Diddy?
Did P. Diddy touch Biggie?
Like, in what way?
Sexually.
No, I think he
Touched
killed
his heart.
him.
Yeah, I think Biggie probably said fuck that, and Biggie was like, all right.
Yeah, Biggie would have shot
Wow.
P. Diddy if he tried to touch his dick.
Big was a gangster.
Big was an actual gangster.
Yeah, he sold like drugs,
That nigga-
crack and shit, bro.
like I don't even think like Snoop wasn't real gangster.
He was on a murder case.
Yeah, he got off the murder case. Yeah.
After that, he did not do that.
Yeah, he was
He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna,
He was on the softer side
He was on
for
the
like
softer
OG
side.
rappers.
He was.
Yeah.
Rapping
That's why he
gangsters
is where
and-
he is right now.
Yeah, that's why he's alive. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why he's alive.
That's a good point, though.
Less. Everybody else that
Did P.
is.
Diddy still crack? Anybody know if he was a drug dealer?
He probably hooked people up though.
He's
with
probably
the-
in somebody's
Big
crack.
documentary. He said he said Sean Combs was always part of the business side. He was never part of the streets.
Okay, so you doing my numbers.
He said that himself.
Yeah.
He referred to himself as Sean
in
Combs.
third person?
That nigga did it all!
I knew he
That
did.
nigga did every single
I
thing.
knew
If
he did.
anybody refers to him as third person, it's insane.
He was
Anyone
the-
who's
he was
also
the
third
driver.
person.
Bro, he was
should
a
be
driver and he
looked at.
held all the
Okay.
cash. He just didn't do this.
Yeah, 100%.
So Usher. Oh,
Yeah, Usher, Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, JB,
Yeah.
Cassie.
French Montana.
French Montana for sure. He probably did something.
What do you say when you bringing up
He
French
did something
Montana?
shady, man. He did
Why?
something to Joey
What
Badass.
happened to French?
This guy's bringing in Joey Badass too, apparently.
What?
Yeah, because Joey Badass always talking about Pete Diddy, and I'm like, don't this nigga know what the public perception
What is going on
Like,
right
why,
now?
how's he talking about him?
Joey
Like, he listens?
Badass is always on the opposite side of whatever the public perception.
He's like so independent. That nigga's just
That
gone.
guy's a fucking idiot.
But then why is he always hanging out with P. Diddy and P. Diddy
Yeah.
buys stuff for him? I don't know.
Because he's probably.
Oh, the game.
That's probably nice.
Then-
It's probably nice to have things bond for you.
Yeah.
The game.
Yeah.
The game used to be a male stripper, so.
And also the game is
And his
very
parents wouldn't
problematic.
do that. You know, that's the crazy thing.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of the things that you could do that it would be.
But having your parents make you dance for the.
Oh wait, they made him do that.
Yeah,
they made him do
I
that.
thought you said they
That's
were
why I was
okay.
tripping with.
Yo, what? The gay parents made him bitch.
I thought you said his parents were okay with that. I didn't say that his parents made him do that.
What?
Yeah, he said himself on the Drink Champ interview because they brought up the picture again. He's like, "Nah, my parents made me do that. My dad was opening the club." And that whole thing came out during the 50s.
That's why Diddy touched him.
He's like, oh yeah, I know we got it.
Stop.
My bad.
You say, no, I'm going to work as a bartender, Dad.
That's my fault.
Pull up the topics, man. Pull up the topics, man.
We got a couple more. Hold on.
We off the Diddy, man.
All right.
I can't.
We off the
Yeah,
Diddy.
honestly, it's a bit disgusting.
It is a
I'm not
bit
gonna lie. It's
disgusting.
horrifying
I hope
stuff.
that Diddy
Throw the
gets,
book at him.
I hope Diddy gets the justice that hits him in the face that he deserves. You know
And
what
I
I'm
hope
saying?
everyone in the future, all of our kids are safe, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the thing. All of us are safe. That's the
Meek
thing.
Mill ain't coming out.
Alright.
He ain't coming to court.
Since we're talking
Yeah,
about the
he
game and dancing, what's this about Iggy or Playboy Cardi
Oh, yeah.
wearing something crazy?
Yeah, who said
Well,
we
I'm
wore a
here.
thong?
You said that.
Somebody said
Yeah.
it's got a thong. What's going on?
Dylan's got the tea.
What's happening
Yeah.
here?
So he scammed the streamer,
Okay.
Aiden Ross. And then, like, 2 days later, there was pictures of him, like, walking around with, like sagging his leather pants with just, like, a black thong on.
Underneath?
Like whale tail.
Like that's what he wears, like as his underwear?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Anybody got anything to say about that?
I feel like
He's on that BAM shit.
yeah, but
That's
like
the way
it's just he's gonna indoctrinate all like these kids because like they all they were like wearing like streetwear clothes, like that's what he was like first bopping with, and now he's wearing like Rick Owens and shit, and now
You
there's
think
like, yo
he's
man,
really
we gonna
gonna
be
put
wearing G-strings and shit.
That's your style.
G-strings?
I mean, everything else he's doing before that, so I don't know. It might be on the.
Yeah, you be buying expensive shit. How
Yeah,
much is
you-
that
I can't
gray
afford
sweater right
Rick-
there.
I've thrifted this.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. Shut up.
I can't afford
Now you-
Rick Owens.
Yet.
I
Yes.
thought when I cut you off, I thought you were gonna say I can't afford rent, and I was gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
No, right? No.
Rent, nigga.
Rent?
Boy.
Rick Owens? Hell no, bro.
Rick
Everyone's
Owens.
wearing-
Rick Owens the
like-
same price as rent.
Yeah.
You guys ever been late on it before?
Nah.
No.
Really?
No, I've never been.
Fuck,
Never.
man.
I do
that shit. I do that
I do
shit.
that shit.
Okay, somebody
Only
else
to my
said Freddie
mother.
Gibbs got it in the butt too.
Maybe 10 times.
Freddie Gibbs' butt.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
up with
here.
that?
Yeah.
You were
Fuck
talking about
Freddie
that.
Gibbs because he fucked up JPEG Mafia's whole thing. JPEG Mafia is so much
JPEG
better.
Mafia.
Let me tell you something about JPEG.
Now you
Mafia.
still rocking with
Yeah.
JPEG
Let me
Mafia.
tell you something about JPEG Mafia.
Do you like
Nobody
Suicide
cares-
Boys too?
No.
Nobody cares about JPEG Mafia.
That's what niggas that like Freddie Gibbs say.
Yeah.
That's what niggas that like
You like
JPEG
JPEG
Mafia
Mafia?
say.
Here's
What?
the
I like
thing.
Suicide Boys. I
Bald.
kind of
I look like
Yeah, me too.
Alan.
But I don't fuck with JPEG Mafia.
I'm
I think
gonna-
it's
He's
because
not
he's
a
better than
Suicide
Suicide
Boy.
I'm gonna say this. I like
No, he's
both of
not
them, but
better
like
than
this beef is
Suicide
fucking
Boys.
stupid as hell.
I don't think. Okay, do you think JPEG Mafia is better than Suicide Boys?
Yeah.
And Suicide. I don't listen to Suicide
But like
Boys.
objectively, you don't have to listen to them. The rapping style, the 3-6 Mafia, the Crossroads like flows over JPEG Mafia, who doesn't know how to rap.
I still can't answer that.
Continuous bar in his entire life,
Suicide Boys all day.
all day.
I think
Don't they have their own
JPEG
festival?
Mafia is like a
They're
mix
like still headlining them.
of
They pull numbers.
I'm not gonna say
Suicide
anything,
Boys?
but
like the lower class of like Dreamville
Right? Yeah.
and Suicide Boys.
It's like if Cause was like any worse than he already is.
Cause is dog shit. Don't even compare him to JPEG. What the fuck? Cause is washed up replica of
See, I got
something.
it,
I
I
don't
got
know.
it.
He's the idea of rap, bro. JPEG Mafia. JPEG Mafia is experimental. Yo, what's that song? Hazard Duty Pay. This dude produces all of his own shit.
I do like that song though. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I like that song, but
Let him run.
no. Here's the thing. I do like that song, but I'm gonna be honest. The JPEG Mafia videos were kind of corny.
Thank
They're
you.
all corny.
They all suck. Also, him and Jay Electronica.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, him and Jay Electronica.
No!
Yeah, I knew you would like it.
No!
Here's the thing. You and the Wally bro,
Yeah,
both
Wally
love
loves-
Jay Electronica.
Where's the bomb? Yes.
And that's the thing.
Yes.
And the Wally will have you back on the podcast with Tyler
Yep.
here, and we'll have a nice debate about
Yep.
everything. Because we had you on here, who's talking about Nas and all that, and like we didn't get a chance to get into it. But we'll have
both of
Mo.
y'all.
We'll have Mo.
Both of them.
We'll have Nawali.
Oh my
We'll
God.
have Dwayne.
This is about to be
Yeah.
drama.
Him,
Yeah.
me,
It's gonna be a
him.
heated podcast. It's gonna be cheese.
I'm gonna speak my truth.
And
Speak your
the
truth.
thing is, I know how people in your position feel.
What does that mean?
I know how your kind feels.
Like that, like Jay Electronica and that kind
French.
of rap. The
Jay
French
Mafia fans.
niggas that wear berets and pull it all the way down
Like
so
a
the
tube.
afro fill it out.
So the afro fella.
Where you going? Hey, hey, okay.
I just had to let him see because
That's fine. You're good.
It cost 50.
The beret?
You paid $50
You didn't
for
thrift
that?
it.
Yeah, I was at Gravity Park because it was so cold
Oh,
outside. and I
you didn't
couldn't-
even hit
So
no
it was
pump?
cold. That's what
That's
you
what
bought. There's a 2 kid there for
To
$20.
fight the cold?
That's not a
You bought a
two.
beret
I
because it was
wanted
cold.
to buy a jacket, but the jackets were too pricey.
That's
So you
not
bought a
two.
beret?
Yeah.
That's not a two.
No, that's not the same
I
thing as
could.
this.
The thing is, it's like it's wool and it wraps around.
Wear it like that. Wear it like that. Wear it like that.
Like this.
Yeah, wear it on like that. Let me
This
see.
look like a
Fits
motherfucking
his
condom.
head.
You look like a chef. You look Chef Word.
All
You
that.
take the Pope.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Freddie Gibbs is a fucking loser, bro. That's what. After
What happened?
Nothing. Freddie Gibbs is the best rapper to ever do it.
Nah, he got good music, and I'm never fucking up the count. Yo, man, that's sort of hard. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
okay, so here's the thing about Jay Electronica
Oh.
and all them niggas you like. They whack. Like, and honestly, they're bottom of the barrel rappers that like to do this, like, whole I'm a lyrical miracle, magical, mystical.
Nah, because he be
motherfucker.
rapping like, you ever fell in love with a Christian, Muslim, Protestant,
Yeah,
Yakuban,
that's
Yakuban?
what I'm talking about.
And it's an open
No,
beat, a more
nobody
eternal
wants to
sunshine.
hear
Nigga,
that
I want to
shit.
hear that.
That's why
But doesn't-
it's made for you.
But he always shouts out like Louis Farrakhan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like,
Louis
on some,
Farrakhan
like-
killed Malcolm X. Okay.
And he's like, yo. And he also says, you know, some crazy things about a certain group of people.
Oh yeah, Jewish people. Yeah, he doesn't like them.
Jay Electronic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Louis,
so
Louis
what-
Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan.
So,
is
so
Louis
you like
Farrakhan.
Kanye?
I don't like Kanye. I like
You
one
love the
song.
new Kanye?
No, I like that song. It's your bestie, Miss Westie.
Yeah, she's a fucking. You
Are
know?
you serious?
Northwest.
Yeah.
That's how they start.
Did you not know that she idolizes Kanye West?
Yeah,
She
because that's her
hates-
dad.
She hates Kim Kardashian.
Because imagine how fun Kanye was.
Of
Imagine
course.
how fun that nigga would be compared to
Yeah,
Kim.
it would be.
Bro, I'm
No,
sorry.
because
Bro,
that-
imagine hanging out at Kanye
No.
episodes and then hanging out with Kim Kardashian.
This
Bro,
is why-
Kanye episodes would be lit.
This is why. Because Kanye doesn't get to fucking see the children
Yeah.
until he gets to see the children.
Just chilling.
So they gotta chill with mom. It's always that's how it always
It's
is.
always on camera.
That's what I'm saying. So she all got all the rules and Kanye pulls up and says, yo,
Yeah.
let's go and
No
chill.
rules.
Let's go fuck around.
I want to teach you about liberating yourself
Yeah.
from your mother.
Showing that you're independent. She's
Showing
like, you know
you're
what? I am independent. Shorty's nice.
Come, we're going to the studio.
Yeah.
Write me your
Record a
best
song.
verse.
You're on
Write
my
me your
album.
best verse. Write me your best verse.
Yeah, once that video
You know, her
dropped,
mom's taking her
Drake
basketball.
went to his son like, let's
Yeah,
go,
let's
let's
go,
get the
let's
bars
go.
up.
No,
What do you
lie.
guys think about these
No lie.
celebrities, these rappers,
celebrity
especially using
children?
their kids?
I don't think
I
you
mean-
should ever involve your children in what you're doing until
Shit.
they're at least like 18.
I was gonna say, if I had you, I'm gonna use you. I was gonna say, yo, you could do something. At least you could do something. Look cute, make some noise on the mic. Shane did that.
Get monetized.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I did
I
that.
did
My mom
Cardi.
did that with me.
Of course.
I was the voice on her
We
mixtapes.
doing that.
But she's not taking my face and
Oh,
putting
yeah,
it on
yeah,
the
yeah. No,
cover
no,
of
no,
her
no, no,
mixtape.
no, no,
She's
no,
not
no.
taking me and like posting me on TikTok as a child, promoting her.
Oh, hell no.
Not
Yeah, no,
taking
I'm not
me
using
and
my kid for
using my
that.
kid for clout to like put myself in a music
You
video.
gonna help me.
And do all this
No.
shit. Like
You gonna work.
obviously the kid wants to do that shit and wants to like they wouldn't do it to that extent if they were forced to do it.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't come out. They wouldn't do it like that. Like I don't feel like any celebrity would be like, you have to fucking get on this song and like to their 8-year-old or 6-year-old child. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, I want to be on a song, mom, dad, whatever. So then, oh yeah, come do this, do whatever, do your best. But like, I would not really exploit my child on Instagram. Oh, you wouldn't see their face. You can hear
Yeah.
their voice, whatever. There would be no music video with them.
Yeah.
They would never be seen until they are about maybe like 10 to 12. Then you can see them for the first time, maybe.
Yeah.
What
No fucking shit until they're like 18.
What
Then,
about
yeah, they're open to the fucking shit. They're in the industry if they want. Or they live a normal life and they're never seen. And they can fucking have a normal job. Because as soon as you put your kid
Yeah, it's
in
getting
the
more-
spotlight from
more
the
camera,
beginning,
yeah.
from 6 years old, what if they grow up and they're in it and they're like all
Motherfucker
these
can't be an
child
accountant.
actors in Disney and all this shit? They don't want to do this shit when they're older. They get out of it. Sorry, go ahead.
no? You say this, and I know for years you idolized Will Smith and stuff. How do you feel
Jaden
about
too, man.
Jaden Smith? How young he started is like with the pursuit of happiness, and then it seemed like when he was in his teenage years, he kind of
flourished
was
a
able
little
to
bit,
do whatever he wanted.
but he fucked it. Like I feel like now he's at a point where it's like the
He's
public.
done. The thing is too though,
He's
when you
smart.
do it that young, like he's done it all. This thing has been in a movie that's won awards.
Yeah.
This guy's had award-winning music. This guy's traveled the world. He's had everything he wants. His parents are rich as fuck.
Yeah.
What else do I need to do at 22?
Live.
I'm gonna just go be a fucking reckless dude. I'm gonna just
Live.
live
For
my
the rest of your
life,
life, live.
chill, vibe out. He's made money. He has money. His fam has money. So even if he fucks it up,
Yeah, doesn't matter.
his sister has money.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Personally, like
That's the one thing I think is when that shit happens so young, your life. Then what do you have to do? Like you get to the point where you're like, what else do I have to explore? What else do I have to try? Because it's like you've literally met all your goals. You've met your hero pretty much. So like, sick. He knows everybody now.
Because my whole life is to get to a point where I'm happy with whatever I have. That's the whole goal. If you already have that, or maybe you're not. Maybe you have everything in life, and now you're robbed of that.
That's how it is
and
a
then
lot of the
And
time.
then, you're robbed of that. You never have anything, so you never have a goal. You never have anything to look up to and look forward to, and it's just like whatever you want, you get, and then it's just like, what are my aspirations? What are my goals? If you are like a driven human, and you can't, I don't think you can necessarily like make someone driven.
No.
It's like it's in you or it's not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you get up and you do shit or you don't. And like if you inherently have that drive and you are rich, you will do shit. You'll make a business, you'll make music, you'll do it, you'll make me you'll go crazy.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you'll just be the rich kid that does whatever they want. Yacht parties and daddy's money and whatever.
You don't have anything to work towards, right? Like the whole thing about like being human is like there's always like it was either like back in the day was survival, right? So like you never knew when you would die because everything would kill you, right? Yeah. Then it got to the point where shit's a little bit more relaxed. You don't necessarily have to worry about that kind of shit. So it's like you have to. There has to be something that's motivating you as a human, right? If it's no longer I have to wake up tomorrow and fight for my food, figure out where I'm gonna stay. Now it's like, hey, if that's covered, what else? Yeah. What else can I do? Yeah. Okay, now it's money is a motivator, right? Yeah. That's the big thing that everybody wants. You want more money, more money.
Now money is food and shelter.
Yeah.
Now money is status. Money is being able to be good like, with everything. Yeah. For my whole life, all I ever wanted was a couple $1,000 to be able to like set everything straight, or like a couple $1 million to be able to buy whatever I want. Yeah. That's it. If I had that one time in my life, I don't need to make more money. I can try to sustain what I have and work a regular job or figure out my shit and make a couple dollars on the side and do whatever. As long as I have whatever I need right now, my family's taken care of, houses are built, things are done, everybody's safe, everybody has a little bit of money in their pocket, we're good. That's always been the goal forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That never was, 10,000 years ago, whatever. Yeah. There was no money, there's no money. Bullshit, whatever.
They didn't even know if the sun's gonna come tomorrow.
So we're evolving into this state of being of like, okay, money's the goal, money's the thing. We talked about AI a lot in this podcast. Once AI takes over, and if it's a good thing for humans, then we won't have to worry about money. The thing we have to worry about is time and how to spend it.
Yeah, and the thing is like, we either die of heart disease or we kill ourselves now, man.
Yeah.
And so, shit.
You thought someone was going to interject on that?
Damn, I don't know what to say to that. That's
Dr.
like
Moe.
really
One time, who here deal with depression? Does anyone here use medication to, me either?
I use weed.
Yeah, I smoke weed.
Oh, shit.
I think that is coped.
The thing is, it's not for everybody.
Of my
you gotta find what's your thing, because a lot of people also weed's not for you. Paranoia, all that,
100%.
Anxiety,
some
depression.
people need
some people
need it.
Some people need, whatever they get prescribed. And everything.
Interesting topic though. On that, there was another Joe Rogan podcast earlier this week I listened to, and it was like a psychotherapist / psychologist, and they were just talking about how like now the one thing that's very like prominent is therapy in young people, right? So like a lot of people our age, even younger, and even younger, right, are doing therapy.
What was his name?
It was a girl. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't know. It was on. It's like earlier this week. So they were just talking about, like, obviously like those kind of medications for anxiety, depression. But the one thing that like was really interesting was how she was talking about how she was kind of against young people going into therapy, which was really interesting to me because I was like, as parents, like, if you're a family, you should not be sending your 10-year-old to therapy. You know what I mean? Like, you should be, as a parent, your job is to
them
be there for them. You should be that therapist where you sit them down and you go, what's going on? What do you need? What's bothering you? If you're sending it to someone else, and then now you're communicating, like, through a third party to your child to figure out what's wrong with them, like, that's where I'm seeing, like, that's an issue. Like, as a parent, like, I'm never going to send my kid to therapy because there shouldn't be any trauma. Because the whole point of therapy, or, like, a big point of therapy is for you to get over your traumas, talk about them. But if there's no trauma, there shouldn't be. Like, from the beginning, you know, like, everybody's skipping the step and just sending them to therapy, but it's like, if there's no trauma, like, why are you then sending your kid to therapy? Because now they're talking about, you know, they might even be causing new traumas because they're making your kid think about other things. Oh, you know, school, friends at school, all this shit. And then the lady said she was like, there was a university kid that she was talking to, like, right out of high school. Kid's in therapy, and she was like, what do you and your therapist talk about? And this girl says, my therapist is teaching me how to make friends in university. I said, that's what you're going to therapy for? Like, you're 17, 18 now. Like, that shouldn't be, like, the conversation, you know what I mean? Like, it should be, like, there to help you, and even then, like, sometimes talking about your traumas too much is going to make you think about them too much, things like that, so it was just a really interesting
I went to so many therapists, and not one actually helped me.
You probably would.
I look back and, like, oh, that really helped. And, like, I got to the point where I was trying different ones, and then the last one, I just remember they're sitting, have the headphones on me, I had to stare at this iPad, and it's this ball going back and forth, and, like, pretty much like hypnotist. And I'm like,
and then they're
this
telling
is
you,
so stupid. All I need to do is talk to somebody about it. I just want to talk to somebody.
And this is what I'm saying, right? It's like your parents or whoever's paying for that. When it's like you probably could have just sat down with us, talked about.
Well, that's what he did. He sat down with me.
You know, we just went and talked it out, and it's like, you know, like I get it, like you've been through it, whatever. But like, yo, let's go and do something. And she was saying, like, yo, just getting out of the house instead of talking about it, going to do errands. You go to the gym, you go on a walk, you hang out with your friends. Like that's ends up being more therapeutic than you sitting and dwelling on something and talking about it and saying, you know, I know you had a lot of trauma from when you were a child and all these abuses you went through or PTSD. And it's like, okay, yeah, like that's good to talk about, but at some point you really need to be like, yeah, I get it, but you need to just forget it. Like, you need to try your best to forget it. If you can't, we'll work towards it, but we need to move forward and not talk about that. But they want to go back, you know, I know like your dad abused you when you were 5. Okay, you're 36, you know, or you're 17. So it's like, yeah, of course, that's things we need to talk about, but at some point, move it forward, work towards moving forward instead of going back on the past and thinking about it all the time, right? So things like that, then that's when they start prescribing medications, and it's like, why are you like 15 or 14? Why are you 10 when you're on Prozac?
Yeah.
It's like you really don't need that. You're just confused. You're growing up.
You're sad, and it's like
you're
sad.
sad.
You know, and like, and that's my thing.
Sad.
Like as a parent, you go, yeah, you're sad today. You're gonna be sad. Like I know you're sad today, but guess what? Tomorrow is gonna be a good day. You have this plan. We're gonna do all this. But today you're sad, and like I'm sorry you're sad, but like that's gonna happen in life. And the thing is like parents don't talk, like they're scared to like talk about like feelings and like like guess what? Someone's gonna tell you no. Guess what? You're not gonna get everything you want. And like if you, I'm gonna teach my kid that way. I'm gonna tell him, be like, why didn't that happen? I said, guess what? You don't get everything you want all the time, right? But all the parents want to say, no, my kid's the best. You're gonna get everything they want, and then you grow up and then you're just pissed at the world. And it's like because you didn't. Nobody told you no.
And there's so many different, like, stresses and, like, issues that people can have. And if they're just watching, like, TikToks or they hear this, I'm like, oh, I have this. They go see somebody. Of course, their symptoms are
my symptoms are the exact same. I need this medication. My friend told me about this.
Right?
They said it helped their life. It made them happy. Okay, we'll try it.
There's nothing that actually gets fixed when you just go off.
Push your problems down the road.
Yeah, you gotta.
You acknowledge your problems. You try to get over them. And you figure out ways to make it easier to get over them. Some things you can't get over. I understand that. Like, there's a lot of traumatic shit that happens.
There's obviously those extremes and those things that are, like, detrimental to your childhood and detrimental to your life and who you are that you have to, like, you might never get over, and even doing months and years. Lifetime in therapy you'll never get over because it's just so fucking traumatic. That's special case and not rare,
it's
but,
not like that.
Not rare, but, like,
but it's a lot rarer than like it seems to be.
But now it's more in this time. I get what you're saying. Like people will just go and try to, and it's more of a good thing in a term of sense when you are our age, but when you are 15.
Yeah.
10,
and you hear everyone saying,
11,
I'm depressed.
12.
And it's like, are you depressed or you're just sad?
Unless you're going to
you know, like, there's a difference.
Unless you're going to a child therapist for loss, or you're going to a child therapist for trauma of, you know, abuse sexual assault, all this kind of stuff. You can figure out ways. Yes, you can talk to a therapist, but that shouldn't be your main focus of we're going to talk to the therapist and then we're going to prescribe.
Your therapist should give you other ways.
Yeah, we're going to prescribe.
It shouldn't just be your therapist.
We're going to prescribe this to you. No, you should definitely try.
Your therapist says go to the gym, hang out with your friends,
live
join a sports team, get a job.
Your life can change so
Do all
much.
those are 4 things that your therapist isn't necessarily doing, but they're giving you options to. Instead of your therapist going, oh, you're sad, okay, let me give you some medication. Problem solved, right? Your therapist is making money, so like they don't care, right? At the end of the day, if you come to me and you say, yo, I'm really sad, I need these medications, as a therapist or a psychiatrist, you go, okay, I guess you need them.
Most doctors are backed by pharmaceutical companies, which then push them to prescribe certain drugs for certain ailments, which then, you know, pump the market. Yeah. So a lot of it is purely profit based. This is more in the States than here, but a lot of it is like that. So it's like it still applies here, but you know, that's the problem. Is even if you're not a kid, you're older or whatever, you might not need a lot of these fucking things that they're gonna prescribe to you that are gonna really like alter your biochemistry and change who you are. Because like you can take things if it's for ADHD, if it's for depression, if it's for whatever, it all is a pill that's gonna have, you know, chemicals that are gonna completely change your biochemistry, and it will affect your personality. And it usually does. And most people that are close to you can usually tell. Either that's why there's the saying, are you off your meds? Because motherfucker, you can tell when somebody's just on or off, or like are you on your meds? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you shouldn't be because this has a negative effect on like how you
a lot of meds, right? They just like they literally numb you to the world, right? They just block everything out, and then you're just like, okay, like like I'm not necessarily happy, but I'm also not sad. Like I can go out. I can like go to my job. I can like go get gas. I can function, but it's like okay, like you're also just like in a cloud the whole time.
And it's interesting you're talking about that Joe Rogan episode because I was watching like a bunch of different like neuroscientists
I'm gonna find it
this week because I got really interested in it too, and was learning about all these different stuff and watching these different episodes. One of the episodes I watched on was like the power of like your mind and placebo and how much of an effect it actually has.
Her name is Abigail Schreier. So
yes. Like does anybody know if these things actually have nicotine in them, or do you just puff it and you just like feel good just because you think? It probably does, but I'm just saying that's the same kind of
placebo,
thing. The placebo effect. So if you were to give me the same thing with no nicotine in it with the same taste, I would puff it all day. Same way. So it's like.
And like how many of those medicines actually do what they're supposed to say, right? So it's like, this medicine says it's gonna cure your depression. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be able to be out in the world again, right? You see that commercial at 3 a.m. Everybody's seen it, right? All right. Then you go to the doctor. They prescribe it to you. Maybe you feel better for a week. Then all of a sudden it starts to dwindle, and now you go, I don't know, stop feeling so good. Now they put you on another medication, or a stronger one, right? And it's like, like maybe you do feel better. Maybe it does help, right? But at the same time, it's like. There should also be other options and say, yo, let's try this first.
Give them a sugar pill before the real medication. If they come back saying, oh, it really helps.
You give them this plan. You say, you go to the gym twice a week, and then I'm going to give you this medication, right? We're going to try it. They say, yo, I feel better. And then a month later you go, you know what, there's nothing in that medication. It's glucose. Yeah. You've just been going to the gym, and look at that, you feel better all of a sudden.
And that's literally sometimes all it takes. You just need to release
you need to go for a walk.
And dopamine.
You need to go outside. Because, again, with social media, too, like, the problem is like, you'll be scrolling on Instagram, you see the best party and all the cool people and all your friends, and then the next one is some person in bed, and they're super sad saying, I'm so depressed. And you're like, that's me! Right? What do you relate to more?
Those are the people that are, like, super susceptible to what they see, and they're very influenced. But, like, even, like, I wouldn't say I'm, like, very, like, influenced on what I see on social media, but I can sit in my apartment all day, and they'll reach a point where I am anxious, and I just, like, am sitting on the couch, and I just feel anxiety in my chest. Nothing has happened. I might be alone. Candace might be right next to me. We might be together. We might both be feeling this feeling at the same time. And it's like, we just have to get the fuck outside of this goddamn place. We have to go outside. And in the wintertime, it's harder to do that, so you have to stay inside and you deal with it. But, like, when you can, like, you go outside and then even going for a drive or going to the store for fucking 5 seconds. Yeah. No, even just jumping in the car and going and driving over, getting some groceries, going for a walk through this, get gas, get whatever, come back. You'll feel a lot better, and like your energy will shift because you know that you're in that space already from when you left, and then when you come back into that space, your energy is now you're bringing that outside energy in instead of like carrying that. I've been in here for 5 to like 8 hours.
That's for me because the whole week, right? The whole week I'm at home, right? If I don't go out during the week to see any of you guys, I stay at home for 5 days straight. I don't really leave my house. Maybe I'll go to the gym. Maybe I'll go get groceries. 5 days. I wake up, work. It's 6 o'clock. I'm making dinner. I go to sleep. Yeah. So I don't leave my house. Isolation. You know what I mean? So it's like on the Fridays when I know I have to DJ, bro, I go out. I'm excited. On the Wednesdays I have to DJ, I go out. Even if I don't want to, right? Even if like, because it gets to that point, like, not saying that like you get depressed, but like you can feel like the sadness and the anxiety and the there's people outside doing things and I'm here stuck. I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't seen anybody.
See, like that's the thing. So then, like, is it that? And that's the thing. It's like, is it that what it is, or is it just this like inert feeling of like me to just like
we're so fuck out. The problem at the end of the day, humans are social creatures. The only reason we survive is because we group together. Right. You have to interact. You have to see. This has to happen because like through a screen, it's still not even the same, right? When you're on FaceTime, you could be off FaceTime with someone for 12 hours. It's not the same as if you're in person with them for 2 minutes. 100%. Right? Because you'll see the way their body moves. You'll see the way that they think. You'll speak. You'll see the way that they analyze shit that's happening around you. When there's a noise, you see how they look over. Yeah. That kind of shit is very different, and the interactions are very different person to person. Most of the time, right? You go out, right? There's no issues, right? Everybody you talk to is super nice, right? Thank you, holds the door open for you. How's your day? How's it going? Let me help you with that. Like 99% of the time, if you're outside in person, that's happening. Online, when do you see anything nice happening? Never. Maybe it's the opposite. It's 99% wild shit that's happening. People talking shit. Just negative stuff. Fights. Motherfuckers dropping people. Right?
They're negative. They're like trauma dumping on like everybody else. Because like that's their like they think it's their safe haven.
It's like
you can go outside and talk to people.
It's like it's negative, but then also like if you go on Instagram, you're just seeing like the most positive thing, and that's gonna put you down.
But also the most
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though. It's the most negative because you're sitting there and you're looking, you're saying I'm not doing this because all these people are having the best time of their lives, and then right after that, you see people saying, "Oh, I'm so sad and I want to kill myself because I'm at home by myself, all my friends are." Like, and you literally read that, and that's you, right? So you're like, yeah, like you might have gone on all the best trips in the world. You might have the best friends, but you're not with them right now. Yeah. You might not have seen them for a while. Whatever, people are busy, they move away. So now you're alone and you're sitting there and you go, "Wow, my life sucks. I'm depressed." And then you maybe click on that, and now that's all your feed is gonna be. So you wake up, oh, sad again. Another sad day. I hate my life. I wish I wasn't here. And that's shit that's on the internet.
But you know what the fucked up thing is? You, as a human being, you have to know that that's something that happens to you. And then you have to know that that's something that you can't take out and use against everybody around you. Because that's what ends up happening.
And especially when you start thinking like that, it's in your subconscious. You start moving certain ways. And especially, bring it all back to AI, how smart it's getting and how fast these ads pick up. You can say one word and shit will start popping.
And then you get the recommendation for...
floods you everywhere.
Yeah, you get an ad and it says, are you sad? Do you have problems sleeping at night? Do you miss your friends? Take this medication. Literally, that's what it was saying. You can click on it, and it'll say, book a doctor's appointment or order the medication. Click it, and you're like, wow, look, now my life's going to be... No, you're still going to see the same fucking videos. You're still going to see the same sad videos. You're probably still going to see it.
The only difference is now you're just going to be numb to it. You're not going to be happy.
And another interesting thing that lady said in the podcast too was like, one thing that's just kind of very common now is like the anxiety thing, right? Like a lot of people are just diagnosed with it.
Yeah,
anxiety.
everybody's got
very, very, very common.
Anxiety and ADHD.
Yeah, anxiety, ADHD, and depression, right? So the one thing is, she was saying, anxiety is what keeps you alive, bro. Like, not being anxious, literally not being anxious fucks with you to the point where it's like, okay, being anxious is what tells you to look left and right before you cross the road and watch that car that's still moving. If you're not anxious and you just numb and you just walk, that motherfucker's gonna hit you. Yeah. Right? So it's like, you need to be angry. Like, it's a normal feeling. It's not, it shouldn't be numbed down. It should be controlled, and you should know, yo, this feeling means that there's something up that I need to be aware of. I need to heighten my senses, and I need to look around, and I need to make sure everything's all good, right? Something like a lot of your memories that you have, probably because you were in an anxious situation. Yeah. Right? You think about it. And
it's not even the only dreams.
It's not even like a bad anxiety, right? I get anxious when I DJ. I'm sure you do too. Like before you go, you're just 100%. Like, all right, I hope I play everything well. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about what you're gonna play, and you're getting ready for that because you're like, yeah, I need to make sure this is good. And it's like, okay, if I go to the doctor, I get anxious before I go and I DJ, and they give me meds. Now I'm not anxious. I probably play like shit. Yeah. Like genuinely, right? Because I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna say whatever. Everything's all good. I fucking hate my life, but I feel alright.
You'll feel better about it.
I guess, but will I? Like maybe I'll be mellow, right? I'll be chill, but then maybe I'll start drinking more. Yeah. And now I feel really good.
Will be down.
My performance gonna be down. Music selection's gonna be ass because I'm not anxious. I'm not worried about what other people are thinking, right? If I'm not gonna care. Yeah. Right. The whole time I'm DJ, I'm anxious. I'm worried about what other people are thinking. Yeah. So I really do think about it. I focus in on that. And I say, okay, I gotta play this shit good. Yeah. Right. So when people are out here going, oh, I'm so anxious, like yeah, it's a normal feeling. And again, that's something that you want to teach your kid. Oh, I'm anxious today, Dad. Then you sit down and you go, what do you mean? Like, what is anxiety? Like, where did you hear that word from? If they bring it up. Yeah. And they're like, oh, my friend said it. I said, okay, you know what? You're gonna feel this way. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It means that you're in a new situation, you're in a situation you're unfamiliar with, you need to learn about it. You need to analyze everything that's around you, and that's it. That's life.
Anxiety
is going to keep you safe.
Like success. Like you have to put yourself in these uncomfortable situations. And failure. And failure. That's the best part is failure is success. Yep. Because if you're able to build yourself back up after fucking falling down, like, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, for anybody out there, this has got somber, but if there's anybody out there, okay, well, I'm going to ask you guys. If there's anybody out there that's feeling anxious, you know, just something, what peace of mind would you give them?
I would say, like...
It depends, because everybody's different.
Everybody's different, right? Hard. Like, for me, when I get anxious, it's more so about, like, internally, things going on, and then I'm like, I get too much in my head, and then, like, maybe I'll think about it, and then, like, that shit starts anxiety. Sometimes it's anxiety, I have no idea why it's there. And my best thing to do for myself is remove myself from wherever I'm feeling anxious and put myself in a new environment and revisit where I was anxious after that, after feeling good, and re-expressing that energy into that place, especially if it's somewhere I live, because I have to do that a lot. So for me, I have to bring good energy into my spot all the time, or else it's going to linger. And it's like, being positive while you're anxious is one of the hardest things you can do, but it's something that is so detrimentally important when you're anxious, or at least when I'm anxious, for myself to be like, okay, I can snap out of this even if I don't leave this area and like go somewhere new, I can just be more engaged with if I'm around people. If you're not around people and you're anxious, then yeah, leave the space, because you have to say shit. But when you're around a bunch of people and you just disappear, right? It's a little more so you gotta explain yourself and all this shit and you're already anxious. Yeah. So if you're alone, dip out, see something new. If you're by yourself, or if you're with people, go ahead and, you know, either express that you're anxious too, like always say it, don't ever hide it, because I feel like when you hide it and you don't talk about it, everybody else not anxious and having such a good time is going to make you feel fucking even more anxious.
Because then you're going to think about it and be like, yo, why am I
showing so anxious?
Yeah, for me, like, so again, it's everybody's experience is different and everything, but like, for me, a good, like, reference is anytime I feel that kind of way, I literally will just think about my parents moving to Canada. Because, like, you think about, like, how scary that would be, and, like, that anxiety, like, that's like, the definition of anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, panic. There's, like, you're moving to a brand new country that you don't know anybody in, that you don't really speak the language or you know any of the terminology, and you're going there by yourself. That anxiety, like, and obviously anxiety comes in all different types of form, but for me, I'll think back to that, I'm just like, there's nothing scarier than that to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even at my age now, if I had to move to another country, of course but, like, my parents were, like, 18. So imagine, like, I think about myself at 18, being like, all right, I'm just going to move to another country by myself. Yeah, and not even, like, a familiar country, right? Not like they were moving to, like, a neighboring country where they know the language or anything. Yeah. They're moving to a brand new country with brand new everything. Brand new water. You know what I mean? Like, the water's different. So it's, like, you think about it, like, to that, like, minuscule amount, and I'm just like, okay, like, what am I anxious about? Like, what am I scared about, or like why can't I go out in the world and accomplish anything? And again, a lot of people don't have necessarily that like mentality or that example, but it's like you need to kind of think about stuff like that where it's like, yeah, you know, like today I'm struggling, today's a bad day, but it's like, yo, like 20 years for my parents was rough. You know what I mean? Like these niggas was struggling for 20 years straight, you know, to make sure that my life was okay. And now I'm chilling here. I'm like, what am I stressing about?
That's 100%.
I
look at that a lot of times.
You know, so it's good for like, you know, for I guess like first generation, like immigrants, like kids, single parents kind of thing. And the thing is not everybody thinks that way though. Right? So there's a lot of people who like have a single parent or have immigrant parents, so they don't really consider that even. And they're just like here wilding.
And they're anxious about like things that really are minuscule and like aren't really like the grand scheme of like life. Like if you've been through so much, which is fine.
Like anxiety falls in so many different categories.
There's a spectrum, of course.
I feel like the best overall way to deal with it is find out where it's coming from. Yeah. Like there's obviously those times where you just get the random anxiety, which is your gut feeling telling you. Always listen to that.
Always listen to that. And I didn't listen to that. We almost went to jail. So like, always listen to that.
You can go first. And there's certain parts with anxiety that you have to look where it's coming from because it might be tied with your past. Like he was saying earlier about like you go in. It's like, oh, you're bullied when you're 5 years old. Not something like that, but there's like people who get in car accidents and can never drive again.
PTSD kind of shit.
Yeah. And like stuff like that, where that anxiety inhibits them. Yeah. Then you should like look back into the cause of it. But most anxiety, I feel like it just comes from humans being creatures of habits. And like even with your bedtime, if you look when you wake up and fall asleep, it's always like on a pattern. If you fall asleep anywhere out of an hour before or behind or ahead.
Before or ahead, yeah.
Before or ahead. Yeah. When you fall asleep, your mood will be fucked up the next day.
Yeah.
Just because you're out of the pattern.
Yeah.
And so a lot of anxiety is just you entering
different like mood and mind state of like energy levels from rest.
Yeah, and you're just not used to that energy. And so you're just going to be anxious getting into that new situation because you don't know and you don't have the control because we just like to be in. Because like for me, for example, I'm a very like anxious, more to myself person. But just like over the years, especially while you were DJing, just going out with you and stuff like that, I can go in a club full of people and just not
right in,
anxiety at all. Where I'll go into like other big crowds and stuff like that and be like,
different because it's not you're so used to you got used to the energy of that environment.
Where I know a lot of people like coming into the club playing for these people, it's like gut wrenching and stuff like that. Where just because I've just done it for so long, and so especially with a lot of things where I get anxiety like that on, I just think like if I was doing this for a year, right?
It would have been fine.
I wouldn't be feeling like this.
100%.
The new experience.
I agree. It's about that practice and like putting in the time to be able to be comfortable in something and thinking like that, like, it's new now and that's everything. Even when I fucking play a new video game and like the controls are different and I'm fucking sucking at this. In about like an hour, I'm the master at the video game and I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. I love every new feature and all the bullshit about it. It's just new to me. Even if I did have this, it's not anxiety, but it's like, it's the same kind of thing of like, it's just breaching your comfort zone. And once you breach that, then you're going to have anxiety. And once you get over that anxiety, then you're going to get better at what you're doing, whatever it is. Interacting with people, being in public, talking in front of crowds, all that shit. DJing, doing your love, doesn't matter what it is. But the more that you do it and the more that you get to expose that fucking gut-wrenching, horrible feeling to it, it's fine. Like, I'm sure the first times you came out with me, it wasn't chilling, whatever. I know I'd be like, yo, say what up. This Dylan introduced you to make sure you felt like you were a part of what was going on, so that it was a lot more easy for you to interact with people. Where if we were to walk through and I just went, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, and you're right behind me, and you weren't having an interaction with anybody, you would just be like, this is weird, right? Mm-hmm. So being in an environment where even if it is like gut-wrenching and you break that like barrier a little bit, then you can kind of just find your way through, and as you go through and something you want to do week after week,
and you know,
it's regular.
The interesting thing too is like it's kind of can go back to like the whole talk about religion, where it's like the one thing I was gonna say earlier about religion is like there's nothing negative that comes to your life necessarily if you believe in a religion.
No.
Right? Because like the whole idea is like you believe in this, you pray, you devote your time, and at the end of the life you're rewarded. Okay? The one thing about how shit is going now is no one believes in themselves. Because if you like everybody's scared of the negative outcomes of what can happen, right? Embarrassment, not accomplishing shit. That's what people are really scared of. But if you believe in yourself, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to achieve the highest you can achieve. So it's like, if you just do that, then like you can't necessarily be like sad, or you can't be disappointed with yourself, because it's like, yo, you did your best.
Right.
And at the end of life, you did your best. You can say that you tried your hardest, right? Where it's same thing. I've tried my hardest to be a very religious person, whatever. At the end of your life, you could say that, whether you go to heaven or not, right? That's up to big man upstairs. Yeah. But at the end of the day, people don't believe in themselves enough. Essentially, is just what I'm saying. Like people forget how strong you are, and like humans are strong. We're resilient. We survived so much shit. Right? We've taken over. Right? We fought wild animals. Yep. Okay, we fought each other. That could kill us in a second. We've done so much shit, and you think about it, and it's like there's no difference between the people that have done all that shit and you. Yeah. Like you have more resources.
If
you have
anything,
more
you have
ability.
better genetics than them.
Way better.
You came from who they were.
Way better.
Yeah, things aren't as enhanced and things aren't as whatever, but that's why you see niggas that are still able to go out into the wilderness and survive.
Even better today. Yeah.
Even better today, and especially with the technology we have, if you were to use that to your advantage, there's some stupid niggas that'd be like, I'm just gonna survive off twigs and berries. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. You can do that too, but you use the technology that as humans we've advanced, you'll survive doing whatever you want to do. And keep accelerating, which is why everything is accelerating to the point where it is. It's terrifyingly.
And I think sometimes someone just needs to come into someone's life and just tell them that they have potential. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like there's a lot of people who've never been told like, yo, you can do that, which is crazy. But it's like you literally walk up and be like, yeah, you can do that, and they be like, I can do that, and then you're 100%. Like, yeah, like that's all it took was for me to say you can do that. You can lift that weight. You can go to that gym. Yeah. You can go do this. You can get that job. You can play that sport, and they're like, I can. And then if you practice and you're good at it, guess what? You'll probably make money off of it.
And I think that's the key to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That mentality of I can do anything.
You know, and again, because then it comes off cocky too, right? And you know what I mean? It's like there's a very fine line between cocky and confident, obviously.
Well, yes, of course. But where you would like believing that you can do anything and saying that you can do anything are two different things. Exactly. Right? Like believing in myself that I could do if I really wanted to and become a doctor, and then I went to school and I did the years and I could become a doctor.
And this is the thing, right? I look at you and I'm like, yo, if you came to me one day and you were like, yo, I really think like doctor's my calling, I'm gonna go to school. Like I'd look at him and be like, he could go. You too. I'd be like, yeah, like that's something that you guys are devoted for, and like I know if you are actually like this is my calling, or like this is something I know I need to do with my life. I'd be like, yeah, 10 years from now I know it's gonna be Dr. Jaylin, Dr. Dylan, Dr. Moe, whatever, right? But it's like there's also some people that are like just not about that. You know
or they say, yo, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. Okay, here, go ahead. It's like the people that say, oh, you DJ that, I can do it better. Come and DJ. No, you can't DJ. You can't mix two tracks. Okay, cool. So like,
there's
difference.
This guy who I met in Ainley, and out of high school, he started trading, and he lives in Edmonton still, and he's made a lot of money over the years, and he's like same age as us. He had C63 AMG, fully rebuilt RX-7, just sold his C63 for S2K. But like limited edition, it was like in tuner magazines in the States. Went down to SEMA. It's like beautiful, and he's like, by the end of this year, I'm gonna buy a SLS from the Mercedes dealership in all cash, and just like make some, just like mad money, but like doesn't sell his like. Just like all through trading, he'll give like little insights here and there. And like one day he posted one thing on his story. He was like, my worst case scenario is most people's day job. It's like, what's your excuse?
100%.
And just that always like stuck in my mind. I'm like,
well, even like, I'm not gonna brag nothing, but when I look at my rate in terms of what I became when I first started DJing, where I'm at now, and where I can become in the future, I'm like, there's no way that I could not make X amount of dollars for one night because of what I do, because I've already made it here. So why wouldn't I be able to just keep going and keep going?
We're making almost 10 times what we're making before. I was doing gigs for $40 bucks, $50 bucks. I'm getting paid $400 or $500 sometimes. That's 10 times the amount that I was making 4 years ago.
Exactly.
So in another 4 or 5 years, maybe I'll be making 10 times what I'm making now.
Exactly.
Insane, right? So it's like, yeah, what's the worst case? Like, if you believe in yourself and you put 95%, not even asking for 100%. Doesn't matter what it is. Putting effort. You're putting effort into it, right? As much as you can, as much as time as you have, as much effort as you have, put it into it. It will probably pay off.
Always.
You know? And if you're committed, that's the one thing, is people half-ass stuff. So it's like, commit, spend the time, do the research, spend the energy,
and do it
invest.
right, and don't do it in one aspect. Because, like, that's the thing, is everything isn't always just, like, the craft. Like, yes, you can do this, you can do that, but how do you market it? How do you run the business side of it? Are you able to manage the money that comes in and out of it? How are you able to balance that so that you can put back into it, take out of it, put that into your product, and all these different things. And sometimes you can't do that alone. So you got to realize that you need this person, this person, this person. And guess what? That costs money if they're not going to be your ride or die people that are going to be like, yeah, bro, I'm going to hook you up and help you out.
I'm sure same way as you. When I started spending more money on DJing, I got better and paid more.
Yep.
The second I started spending
when
money
I
on
bought
more
my
equipment,
new
laptop, either paying for music, paying for Serato, whatever. Anything that I've put into money, I've gotten back. Yeah. Everything I've paid into DJing, I've paid it off.
And everything that I tried to skimp out on has fucked me up in the
everything I skipped on has ended up kind of messing with me. Slowing me down. Yep. Either, whatever the case is, missed something, laptop's not working properly, it's because I cheaped out. And then I paid properly, everything's up to spec.
Everything works. Everything's
That's it. And I got the investment right back. I was like, wow, this is cool.
And the money comes back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, all I gotta say, because we're gonna wrap it up, be real, be you, do your thing. Be you. Any last thoughts? Mo, you've been quiet. I thought you
don't kill yourself.
Please. We need these views.
No, don't.
Duwaine? Yeah, be yourself.
Any last birthday regards to the people? Words of wisdom from a new wise man.
A year older.
You know what? I take back my statements on being the best producer. I'm not. I'm still learning.
Oh, this guy got humble.
You guys so humbled after the conversation. We said we were just talking shit. Confident, nigga.
And then just like,
we were just talking about being confident.
Did you just get humbled from the conversation that we just
How you gonna take that back?
I don't think I
be confident. Be extra confident. I'm the best.
If you're not the best, you better say who is.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say. I'll say, from what I've learned in like the past 10 years of making music. Yeah. I have to learn to just not be super boastful, but I let my music speak for itself.
Let's put it this way, Duwaine, you're the best at what you do.
Yeah, 100%.
And you guys out there, whoever's watching, believe in yourself.
Yes.
Because who else will?
Nobody.
Once you believe, and the thing is, once you believe in yourself, everybody else will. That's the craziest part. You need to believe in yourself. You have the confidence. You say, "I can do that," and people will be like, "He can do that."
Yeah.
But if you walk around and you say, "I can't do that," people are gonna go, "Maybe he can't do that." That's literally as simple as it is.
Tell him, Duwaine.
Exactly.
If you're an underground producer,
send the beats.
Talk to that
send
nigga.
them to him.
And Shane, he's also doing some.
Shane started at gmail.com.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his email. Let's send it to that. Sounded like it. Sounded right.
Sounded good. Any last regards?
No, thanks for tuning in.
What do you take from the podcast? You didn't get to sign.
You more confident? You more confident than before, or what? You're not the best rapper anymore.
Yeah.
No, I am the best.
That's it, baby.
All right, there you go. That's what I like to hear.
I'm the best rapper that I can be, and I'm
there
really
you go.
Perfect.
See, that's as best.
And because you're you, guess what? You're the best rapper. Because you're the best at what you do.
Nobody else was on CBC in the last month. Now
no one else raps like you. You can say that.
It makes me ask the question, what does that mean?
What? Nobody else is on CBC? I'm saying
no one else raps like you. What,
no one else raps like you.
Rap like no one else.
I think that's the best compliment.
I think that's the best compliment you can ever get in the rap game.
Oversaturated.
If you look at rap music right now, would you like to rap like anybody else that's rapping? No. So yeah, that's probably the best compliment you could ever get.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I got some sentiments.
Go ahead. Say the sentiments, man.
Self-care Sunday, it's important. It's not even Sunday. It's a motherfucking Thursday right now.
We record when we can.
Don't put this out there like that. It comes out on Sunday.
We never recorded on a Sunday since this podcast started. So.
It's
in the 2 or 3 years since its inception.
No, this is in regards to anxiety conversation. There's been a lot of thought-provoking. I've sat here a lot just thinking in this pod, and it's like, you know what? It's good. It's an important thing to surround yourself with good people. That's the first and foremost thing, especially. And then at the end of the day, realize that like if you believe in yourself, yeah. I'm just saying what everyone else has said throughout.
That's
like,
fine.
Reiterate hours, but it's like, yeah, it's important to believe yourself because if you believe in yourself, other people will, and that will allow you. You know, we need each other. We need each other at the end of the day. So yeah.
I agree.
That's beautiful.
Money.
Dylan, anything?
Peace out.
That's it.
Peace. Are you gay?
Emotional damage.
No.
I need
also,
the Max Win.
P Diddy, your time's coming.
We don't support
P Diddy did it.
We're not gonna play any more P Diddy.
Your time's coming.
I promise.
I can't promise.
Who's hot? Who not? Tell me.
Alright, we're not here.
Bye guys, love you.
Bye.
Self-care.
Make me pee myself.